9 cycles have passed. When the gods deem mortals too powerful, they decree a race between their avatar and the mortals to determine their worth. In the race, the mortals are granted a chance to engage the very gods themselves. The mortals are granted a chance of survival. The mortals are granted a chance to become gods. Lose and see all mortal life removed from the Kryn, and the next cycle begins. This race is the final command of the gods to their mortal counterparts. This is their dying order.
Hello everybody, welcome to the beginning of the show with me and the other ones. It's Dying Order on a Sunday. I don't know how to present things. I'm just such a bad presenter, it's unreal. Hi! Welcome to the stream. What's happening, boys? How's it going? You ready? You ready for more of Pooh Dungeon?
Yes.
Yeah? You sure?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I think so.
Yes. Maybe, kind of, perhaps. Okay, well, here we are again. Before we jump in, I'll say hello to you all. Check you're all doing good. You've all had a wonderful week. I know for a fact that Pumpkinberry's had the best week ever.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have, actually.
I know.
It's been the best week of all time.
The greatest week. She has won the lottery.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a millionaire. Straight up won.
Did you really?
She won, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh. I was waiting.
No,
I would
didn't.
never have said any different. That could have just been the beginning of a rumor. Like Pocket would have been going telling everyone, like, I can't believe she won something.
Wow, that's awesome.
She's a super millionaire.
No.
Although I did see where Brad was talking crap on Pumpkinberry, you know?
I would never do such a thing.
And the internet was like, wow, Brad.
Yeah.
She's actually really
Actually, the internet was like, wow, PB, you asshole.
nice.
I got reported
really?
on Twitch. It was great. Yeah, people believed it. It was so good.
Yeah.
Hi.
Made my day.
You're all next. I'm going to go each week by week. I'm going to just attack you. I mean, you started the fight, though, to be fair.
Okay,
To
but
be
it
fair,
wasn't-
this one is not actually my fault for once.
That's true. It is true. So for the past couple of months, I've noticed Brad gets really riled up when people in his chat say those dumb Twitch chat things like, oh, when are you going to play the game? Or, wow, this is a shit game and you made a shit decision. He gets really riled up by it. So every once in a while, I would just slide something like that into the chat and see if he'd notice. And usually he'd just get riled up. But this time he caught me and he DM'd me and was like, what the fuck comment is this? And then I
You're such a great friend. Why do I get the bad guy rep all the time? Like, this is psychopath behavior. What the hell is this?
It's not psychopath
Yes,
behavior.
it is. You're trying to make me sad.
Like it.
Yeah. I know.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to make you sad.
Trying to make me cry.
No, I'm not trying to make you cry.
Am I? Yeah.
That's just true friendship there.
No, I appreciate it. Completely.
So much so that you put me on blast on Twitter, which I also appreciated.
Oh,
So, yeah,
it was fun.
we're both just fucked up. Yeah.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was a fun week. Tweet is gone. I don't trust
Yes.
it. I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust people. They can't be trusted to not get the joke, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, whatever. It was fun for a day.
It was fun for a while.
KPP's next, though.
I'm waiting.
Brad Wuto.
Buto. Yeah.
Didn't even know my name.
How
I think
dare
knowing
you.
someone for a year and they're like, hey, Dave. I'm like, what?
I do this thing with your name sometimes where I'm like, wait, am I saying it right? And then I said it wrong. That you gave in
No,
chat,
yeah, I get
so-
it. It's. I think that's just no one knows anyone's real name online, right?
Why don't
Like-
you just call him Brad, not say his whole name?
Yeah, there you go.
I was trying to be respectful and give him a shout out. And I just butchered his name because I call him Brad. I don't call him Brad Wuto or Woto. You don't even call you. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. At the end of Sector 49, every single time he would shout himself out, and I still didn't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, Brad. It's because I was trying real hard to say your name properly, and then I said it wrong because I was trying really hard to say it properly.
Yeah, well, I feel like I got my own back the first couple of weeks of this. You know, so you didn't see it all on the sheet, but you had secret minus figures to attacks and stuff the entire time. It was just owned back for that.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's going to believe that.
Yeah. I was just thinking that like someone's gonna do that in their game. It's gonna be bad news.
What about you, Frisbee balls? Frisbee balls?
What?
You just said frisbee bowel.
You're talking to me?
Frisbee balls. What, is that not your Twitch name?
Oh my god.
No,
No?
it's my other one.
Oh,
You promised you wouldn't tell anybody.
sorry.
Dang it, Brad.
I've made a terrible mistake again. How's your week been? What have you been doing? Anything crazy?
Red Dead, nothing but Red Dead
Is it
2.
just waking up playing that?
Yes, I am living, breathing it, and it's bad. It's really bad.
You've just been waking up playing Red Dead all day, go to sleep, wake up, Red Dead, go to
rinse
sleep.
and repeat. Yep.
Have you done RP or just the?
Yeah, we've been role playing. I get together with friends and we all just role play.
Nice. I
and
thought
see
the
what
VoIP
kinda
wasn't working
reactions
on
and
that yet.
interactions we get. Oh, wait, what?
The VoIP, I thought it wasn't working yet. Like it's just the entire.
It's not that. No, it's not great. Like you can hear everybody and anybody on the server, but you know, it's been fun because like other people get in on the role play too.
Mm.
Yep.
I bit my lip today, by the way.
Again?
Yeah.
God dang it!
I literally bit it open and was like, "What is this? Some sort of Sunday tradition thing that I keep doing?"
Yeah.
What about you? Rocket? What is it? Rocket?
Rockay, I like that. That's pretty good.
Rocket. Is that how you say it? How do you say your Twitch name?
I don't think she knows you're joking about her.
Are
No,
you
she has
joking
no idea
about
what's
me?
going on.
Yes, he's just going through and
I don't even have an R in my name.
mispronouncing everybody's
Oh,
Twitch name.
really? Oh, I thought that was just how you said it. Like it's a silent R,
Oh,
silent P, silent
yeah.
R.
Yeah, something like that. I
How's
don't
your
know.
week been? Should I even ask?
That's exactly how my week's been.
Yeah, that's
my
it.
whole response. That's
I
my week.
understand. I've had no sleep this week until last night. Like my whole week has just been like each night has been increasingly worse and worse sleep or less and less sleep until last night, and it's kind of done this thing where I'm kind of like I feel like alive again kind of, but also kind of tired because I got sleep. And my body is like, let's do more of that, and now it's trying to go back to sleep right now. So I'm gonna drink this suspicious liquid.
Looks like milk. Like
It is
watered
milk.
down milk.
Yeah, milk and water.
That sounds great.
Yeah?
I know people who actually like drinking that, so
I guess you technically do that with tea, right? Like if you
Yeah,
do milk
I
with
guess so.
water.
Yeah, I
So,
guess.
it can't be that bad.
milk with tea.
It sounds like
Milk and water.
like homemade skim milk. Like that's disgusting.
That's what I was aiming for when I made this. It's waking me up though.
What is so disgusting? I will wake up.
It's waking me up. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
my body's
God.
going into fight or flight to try to stop me from continuing to drink it. It's a really good idea. Yeah?
Sounds
No?
awful.
No? Okay.
The
Well,
survival instinct. It's gonna bring it out in you.
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Let's play some D&D.
Yes, please.
Let's play some D&D. I think this is episode 11. Which is a special time. And you'll find out why in a moment. You know what? I'm gonna
Suddenly very scared, actually.
I'm gonna make one change because it's episode 11, and you will find out what just changed imminently. But a quick reminder of what happened last time. You guys were in the sort of ruin of a place called Dreadtusk, which is somewhere near the Gate of Time, which has been your destination since this campaign began. You were set the task by something called Ahi to race a creature called Symbol in a race against time to because the gods have told you to, because that's what they do, apparently. You guys made it here. You made it through the dungeon. You were fighting a creature when you had an encounter with Future Aura. Cool dude Future Aura showed up in cool armor and with some upgrades to her sword, and kind of threw a load of stuff at you quickly and said that essentially, fuck this race. A version of you guys has already done all of this research and failed once, and actually you should make sure, first of all, you don't kill Ahi, and that they've lost and you guys haven't, and that there's something that they're calling the Greater God, which is kind of using everybody as pawns to just run these races and do all this stupid shit, and it's just all bullshit. Before she left, she said that you need to find Suna's mother and ask her how to find the 8th gate. So you guys know there are 7 gates around the world that I've sort of spoken about before, but there was no mention of an 8th gate, and this is the first you would have heard of it. And then told you to go through that door, and you did. Basically, you went through the next door into another area where there was some poop on the ground. There was a sleeping man who you assume the poop comes from, and there was also a sort of filmy, oily bubble of a door, kind of looking strange door, and in it you could see the reflection of many different versions of yourselves, all approaching the door in varying different ways, wearing different clothing, some wearing the same clothing as you guys, and all eventually stepping in through the door. And that's essentially what you guys did at the end of the last episode. You all kind of linked arms and stepped through together. And that's where we pick up today. Kinda, maybe, perhaps. So, each of you steps in through this doorway. There is an instant sensation that hits you from doing so. This is a sort of magic doorway. Aura, I think, probably has a stronger reaction, because for you have the detect portal thing going on, and you had kind of inquired a little bit about where the nearest portal was. This is the beginning of what felt to you like an ocean of energy. For a portal, like a huge source of arcane power, and compared to the portal you went through before, this thing is huge, and I think you probably get a little sensation of that as you step into this. It maybe washes over you a little stronger than the others, because you get this double refraction of energy. You get both your opening of portal situation striking you, as well as the sensation of stepping into this oily doorway. I think each of you, before anything physically happens, or before you step out of the other side or anything like that, the first thing that happens as soon as you pass through this doorway is that you would be struck with a powerful memory from your childhood. Something very, maybe something very formative, or something that reminds you very distinctly of being young, and I think probably quite young, like 5 to 10 area, as opposed to maybe a teenager. Does any of you know what you think that might be? Do any of you have a memory or anything that you can think of that your character might have experienced when they were younger, that might be a strong memory that would hit you as you step into this thing?
Yeah, I would probably have a strong memory too.
Go for it.
Probably of my mother singing me to sleep. She was all I had as a kid.
Yeah. And I think that's probably a very formative memory for Bo as a bard. So you, for sure, almost instantly, as soon as you hit this thing, you get that nostalgic memory. And it will hit you like a ton of bricks. It's very strong, and it kind of surrounds you and overwhelms you for a moment. Suna, you had a memory.
Yeah. I would remember I'd probably hear a shuffling of cards, and I'd remember watching my mom do some divination. And probably standing from the corner of the tent watching her tell someone's fortune.
You almost certainly see her, in her red garb, similar to what you're wearing, sitting in front of a crystal ball, pulling cards out, checking runes, maybe with one of her varying guests or paying customers, maybe. And yeah, I think maybe you get a sensation of like poking your head around one of these tent flaps, and you look and you see your mother there. Anybody else got any memories?
I would say I'd have a memory of being in this alleyway in the city, and there's some boys around my age picking on me, maybe a little older, and I just absolutely start wailing into one of the boys with a rock, and there's just blood all over him and me. And then you see a man, the leader of the Thieves Guild, come up and grab me and then pull me away. And we try to, we just disappear. So. Yeah.
That sensation of being dragged away.
Yeah.
From this memory also probably follows you through this doorway as you're dragged elsewhere right now. And Aura, you got a memory?
Of being a small child in a very small village and getting dirty looks from people in the village, specifically this one family, and holding my mother and father's hand as we do our errands around the town.
Yeah, gripping tightly onto those hands as you move around your city or your town, and I think then as these memories wash over each of you individually, they hit you, they become a lot more realized. There's a sensation of shrinking as your body grows smaller, your thoughts maybe grow a little simpler, your memories become a distant future, kind of hard to grasp, not necessarily entirely gone, but maybe a little less prominent or easy to access for you. And your next step as you go through this door and onto the other side is significantly shorter as you find yourselves to be children again, maybe around 11 years old. And while you have some vague memories now of the other children who are around you and you're all holding hands with, you don't remember fully who they are, I don't think. You recall them as friendly, for sure. And you step out in a room that looks very different to the room that you were in. You kind of step through into a little tower room, a circular cobblestone kind of old creaking tower. And it's very cold as opposed to the relative heat of the cave that you just wandered through. There's a sort of timber framing that runs up some of the walls and along the ceiling. There's a stairwell that leads upwards, but it's behind a closed door. You can see through parts of the wood. There's a set of boxes on one side of this doorway. There's a candle sitting on top of it, glowing, giving the room some light. Behind you, there is a breeze coming at you very quickly, and a piece of the wall has fallen away in this tower room. It reveals this sort of endless frozen landscape. Flat snow and ice that kind of seems to stretch out as far as the eye can see. And you also get the sense that you're quite high up in this tower. However, there's no clear stairwell that leads down. Kid Aura, Kid Suna, Kid Bo, Kid Ellie. What do you all look like? Also, I'm going to give you all your new character sheets. Or your temporary character sheets, I should say. Kid Suna, what do you look like?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I look, I'm short and I have honeyed eyes. They're like a little bit brown, a little bit yellowish in there, and I have brown hair and a bright smile.
You have the same sort of clothing on?
Yes.
Same thing, but just smaller?
Yep.
Sure. Kid Aura. What do you think you look like?
I have these tiny little silver ears peeking out from a shoulder length, dark black hair that fades to green. And I'm wearing a little green coat that's a little too big for me. And I shuffle around in my little brown boots. And the little veining on my face is starting to form, but it's just slightly there right now.
Yeah. Kid Bo, probably the most different looking one. What does 11-year-old Bobo look like?
Okay, first let's get this straight because my voice hasn't croaked, so I sound awful. I have blonde, messy hair, and well, I sound like a girl.
The worst. Same kind of clothing?
No.
No.
I'm a mess.
Oh, a mess.
Yeah, I want to just hide
Okay.
all these pretty girls, and I've never met a girl before. My hands are getting clammy, and no. Let's not go there, Brad.
Okay. And what about Kid Ellie?
Ellie looks a lot less murdery. She's got a short blonde bob with her green and blue eye again, and she's got little freckles across her face, and she looks a lot happier, a lot more innocent. She doesn't have dead eyes yet, and no scars anywhere, and she's just kind of like one of those, I guess, typical little girls that are adorable that you'd picture wearing a dress and having a basket, but she doesn't wear dresses because that's for girls. So
Yeah. So each of you have a temporary character sheet because obviously as children you wouldn't have any of the skills and even the physical attributes, being taller, stronger, things like that, than you had. Some of you have some natural affinity, like Aura is a little stronger, I think, than some of the others. But that's about it.
Thank
you also
for
have.
letting me keep my wooden stick.
You
What
have
the
a
fuck?
wooden stick.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Aura, you have a wooden sword. Ellie has a little like toy bow and arrow set with those little suction cup arrows in a little toy quiver. And Kid Bo has a xylophone, one of those kids' xylophone things.
Are you kidding me?
oh boy.
That's what you have. And you each have these items on you. You probably have like a little satchel. You're probably looking like little fresh-faced kids. Maybe a little satchel with these items in. If not, then it's up to you. You all have something else, like a little something else in there. So if you check your inventory on these sheets, can you all see your sheets first? Actually, you should be able to.
Yes.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Okay.
Cute.
You also will notice that you have your item that you got from Ahi, the things that were given to you at the beginning, the 4-leaf clover, the lamp, the elixir, and the dagger in Ellie's case, are in these little satchels with you. And you guys kind of like looking around here. Again, you don't really have any of your memories of like what's going on necessarily. But you recognize each other to a degree, or at least you feel very comfortable around each other. I don't think you have any real tangible memories of what's going on. But you do find yourselves kind of here as 11-year-old versions of yourselves looking
But we
at...
recognize each other.
You recognize each other as being there's something about each other that you recognize and find friendly.
But we just accept it like kids do.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you're here now.
And
Okay.
and I think there's probably a little bit of like a dreamlike element to this, you know, like how you wander through dreams into a room that you You don't even care that you didn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that you went from the bathroom in your house to the swimming pool. Locally. So, yeah, what do you guys do as you look around?
Do you need me to move?
Sure, I'm doing it.
Is that better?
Well, you see, I immediately take out my bow and I aim it at Kibbo and I just go, think fast.
Hey! And I try to dodge whatever she's doing.
Yeah, fire. Give me an attack roll with the toy bow.
not to hurt him.
Yeah, you can give me an attack roll. 7. So your ACs will be different now as well. What is your AC, Kid Bow?
Oh, well, not quite. Almost had me.
So yeah, I think you fire it and like Bo kind of jumps out of the way. He's already very wary of you, and he jumps out of the way. Your arrow launches past him and sticks on the far wall, suctioning to this kind of cobblestone.
And you see me like run past him, and I'm like, wow, you're pretty fast. And I go and I pick up the arrow.
Thanks. And I just look around at the others.
What's happening?
We're stuck in a place.
Yeah.
You think there's any adults?
Oh, I hope not.
I don't see any.
I don't think there's any adults.
Good, because it's way past my bedtime.
What? In case you don't want to get in trouble, I don't have a bedtime.
You don't have a bedtime?
I don't either. What's a bedtime?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go to bed at like 8 p.m.
What's 8 p.m.?
Yeah, I don't even know what 8 p.m. is.
Oh, it's just when the sun goes down? So my dad.
Oh, I know when that is.
Yeah.
No. See, where I come from, the adults, they usually they stay up at night. So I stay up at night too a lot. Not all night though, because I need some sleep.
Whoa.
We
Yeah.
travel at night most of the time.
Yeah. Same.
Can I walk towards the little light on the table?
Yeah, I mean it's a candle. It's on a set of boxes, barrels that seem to be stacked up. It looks like a neatly packed storage section of the room, and on the top of it is this single candle which is providing the room with a relatively decent amount of light. When you look outside, it's dark out, but also you can kind of see where it's white and there's moonlight. You can see pretty far. The candle's pretty high up for you. How tall do you think you were at 10 or 11?
Well, considering I'm only like 5'2" now, I mean, I was probably alright. That's why boys picked on me.
Yeah. So you probably can't reach. Yeah, what are you saying?
3 foot?
3 foot.
Well, should I?
Yeah, this is about 7 feet up,
Oh.
the top of the boxes. But it does look like you can probably climb up several of them and climb up on top there if you want to get to the candle.
I'll try climbing the boxes to see if I can get up there.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, you might want to be careful. Maybe this kid could help you. And I look at Bo.
I climb trees, so maybe this will be okay.
If you fall, I'm not catching.
13. She does a pretty good job. She jumps up onto one box that's pretty high up, her little legs kind of wiggling out behind her as she rolls up on top of the box. Then you kind of just pretty much maneuver your way up 2 smaller boxes, all the way up to this candle, which is just sitting kind of, some of the wax is melting down into the candle holder, but it's just sitting there, red candle, flame burning. Looks like it's been lit recently. Pretty new looking candle.
The candle up here. I want to start. I'm drawn to the fire.
Right. What do you want to do? You want to start a
Wait.
fire?
Is there anything else up there?
Is there anything else up here?
There's a lot of boxes of a few different sizes, a couple of kegs.
There's some kegs and boxes.
Oh, does that have alcohol, or do you think it was juice?
I mean, probably juice.
You could try it. We should try it. If it's juice, I want some.
But if it's not juice, she'll get really sick.
No, just don't drink a lot. I mean, just have a little bit, but not too much, and you shouldn't get sick. I watch adults do it all the time.
You use grape juice.
All the adults I watch have it get very sick.
They're not drinking the right kind of juice in.
Can I take
I'll
a cork
be
out of
sure
a
to
keg?
Tell them.
You can, yeah. Roll me a d20.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, you pop open one of these kegs and you instantly get hit by this very strong, awful scent. It would smell like white spirit to us, that kind of a ethanol scent that you get from it. Definitely doesn't smell like juice.
I think this juice went bad.
Oh,
It just smells bad.
maybe
Should I
it's
try
not
it?
juice. No,
I don't know. Let me try it. And I reach up.
it could be like oil or something to light things. You know, it might not even be something that we should be ingesting into our bodies. Just a thought.
Would you like to ingest some?
No, but I will try to scoop some out for Ellie.
Okay. And then what? You just feed it to her?
No, I'm gonna take like a really silly scoop with my hand, and there's probably like just like a tablespoon in my palm, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna lower it down to Ellie.
Okay. Do you ingest it, Ellie?
I grab my hand and I wipe it on in the liquid on her palm, and I smell it first to see if it's something that I've smelled the adults drink.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 18.
Wow, even with a -1. This doesn't smell like something that your adults drink, but it does have an element to it that smells a little bit like that kind of awful ethanol-y thing. But for whatever reason, you're maybe aware of the smell of vodka, and it smells a little like that, but there's definitely something else to this that is a little different.
Oh, I don't know about this. This doesn't. My guardian doesn't really drink whatever this is. I don't know. This might be. And I look at Suuna and I'm like, this might be what your adults drink because it smells pretty awful.
Oh, that doesn't smell very good at all.
Yeah, I don't think we should drink this. This might be a bad idea.
I'll lean over the edge. Is it poison?
I mean, no, it kind of smells like it might be a little bit like it, but it's not the same stuff, and I just don't trust it, you know? It's just not. You shouldn't drink what you don't know. That's what my guardian always says to me.
I think that's
okay.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't smell good. There's a lot of other chests and things. Do you rummage through them?
Yeah,
What
I mean,
else
if
is
it's
up there.
I'll take a look and I'll start like kind of digging through things, opening some things just to see what I could find.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some investigating too, because I ain't gonna let the girls take care. I'm a big boy.
What are you investigating?
Some boxes.
Oh, you're looking through them? Okay, roll me a d20.
Can I do investigation for thieves' cant?
Yeah,
Or,
but I don't know if you know it yet.
well, maybe nope. I don't know it yet.
You don't know it yet. You just say that because you hear adults say it all the time around the
No,
guild. They're always talking about thieves' cant, and you're like, I'm gonna look around for some thieves' cant, and you just don't know what.
I pretend that I know it.
Oh yeah,
though.
you absolutely find some, but you don't.
I'm like Inspector Gadget over here, and I think I see something.
Yeah, you find some. You find some like really old-looking box with all this kind of strange-looking text on it that might be like gnomish or something, and you're like, yeah, that's thieves' cant. Bo, you.
I'm in here.
You find a really cool looking thing that's like it looks like it's like a bone or something like that. It's shaped a little bit like a dragon's claw, with 2 openings, one on one end and one on the other. And it smells kind of odd and ashy and smoky. Suna, you find another keg and maybe pop the cork off of that one, and you can smell butterflies. That's what you can smell. That's what it smells like. There's definitely a liquid in there, but it smells like butterflies. That's the first thing that comes to your mind when you smell it. And then Aura, you find a massive sword of all the people here to find it, but it's huge. Like it's still big for a long sword for an adult. It's like you find the edge of it, like the pommel, and you pull this thing, like the sword in the stone, out, and then like you maybe stumble backwards. This thing's way too heavy and it falls. It's still scabbarded. Like it maybe falls over, and you hear from inside the scabbard a cracking noise that sounds like glass cracking or something like that.
Oh!
What is it?
Sword!
What?
I think I broke something.
On the sword?
No. And I go over to where I pulled it out from and I look in.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff in there that looks odd. There's some like clothing that looks like finely made clothes, but they're very strange looking. Like it'll be like a shirt that only has one sleeve. A set of shoes where one is bright red and one is bright yellow. Like the left and right shoe. Yeah, but it's mostly like weird looking clothes, but they all look kind of silken, or like rich people clothes, that kind of thing.
Can I pull out like a cloak or something that's really fancy and put it on?
Yeah, it's huge as well. It's way too big for you, and it's like a silken, maybe like deep purple looking robe that just, you pull it over your head, and the hood just comes all the way down over your face. Goes out behind you. You look probably like Raven from Teen Titans, that kind of look. Just a really long looking cloak.
I'm gonna walk over to the edge and try to drag or pick up the sword and stand at the top and show them what I found.
Yeah, okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Look what I found!
Wow, that's amazing.
That's kind of cool.
Stumble and wobble. You like holding this just giant sword. There's like all you look like is just this robe, and then the vague shape of a child inside of it, and then 2 hands, not even lifting this sword up. Like the scabbard is still behind you and on the boxes. Yeah, you look cool. You wobble, but you don't look.
Do you guys want anything? There's like a lot of cloaks and stuff up here.
I'm good. I pound on this. Is this a gate in front of me here?
Yeah, it's like a big, old looking door. The door itself, like the wood looks old and rotted away, but it still looks sturdy. There's plenty of holes in it. You can see through broken pieces of the door, through to the other side. You can see it's a stairway leading up. Above you, there's a piece of paper attached to the doorway. Maybe about 5 feet up. I don't know how tall you are.
I'm not that tall.
This is just a piece of
Stand
paper
on my
kind of
shoulders.
hanging.
I can give you a boost.
Okay. I just want to reach this piece of paper.
Yeah, give me an athletics check, Bo, and a acrobatics check, Suna.
Oops, wrong.
That's a 7. That's a 15. Bo tries to kind of lift you up, but then just falls backwards. And you kind of like you're dexterous, and you jump off of his shoulders and land on your legs as Bo kind of falls on his complete but childlike butt.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I landed on my butt.
Yeah, that was close. Do you want to? Oh wait, can I reach up with my tiny stick and see if I can knock the paper down or grab the paper?
Yeah, sure. Give me an attack roll.
That's so adorable.
8. You're like swatting at it, But it's attached at the top by something that you're like hitting the bottom of the paper, but it's not.
I take out my bow and I just ping a sucker arrow at it.
Yeah, you stick it with the sucker arrow. Now it's even more tightly stuck to the door.
I was trying to hit it off.
Yeah.
Now you're never gonna get it. Now we're never gonna...
I just wanted to see what was upstairs, but foo.
Ah, I didn't mean to make a Sycamore. I meant to get off. Apparently,
It's all right.
I'm too good with my aim. Sorry.
Yeah, you should definitely be a fighter or something like that when you grow up.
Maybe. I don't know.
And I try to lean around, like walk to the edge where the door kind of is, and use the sword to try to knock it off.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check and an athletics check.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh no.
You don't need to give me the athletics check. You lean around, and as soon as you bring this really heavy scabbarded longsword up, the sword comes out of the scabbard. The scabbard flies off the edge, and there's just the sound of falling glass. The sword itself, the blade is made of glass, but is all smashed and shattered. So you pull out like the hilt with a piece of glass kind of on the thing, and you lose your balance and you fall off the edge. Give me an acrobatics.
Can I try to catch it, please?
Give me a dex save. You can give me a dex save as well. Oh, it doesn't matter. She lands. This is cold as shit. How do you want to do this? Because you just natural 20 fell off the edge and land like a cat or whatever, however you want to land.
It looks like I'm falling in a mess of robe, but I somehow land in the superhero land with one knee on the ground. My fist is on the ground, and I like pull the hood off and I look at everybody.
Yeah, it's like a Batman.
And like a cat, you pretend that you did it on purpose.
That was okay.
Wow, I am enamored.
Can I feel myself?
What does that mean?
It means that I find you absolutely fantastic and impressive.
Oh, thank you.
That was amazing. Can you do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
Okay. And I'll climb back up.
All right, give me an athletics check to climb up, and then an acrobatics check. So 13, you climb up the same way. And then you fall off. You just jump, you dive. You do the Tomb Raider dive, just where, and then you just fall splayed out, rolling across the ground.
Can I try to catch her?
Yeah, you can. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, I did a dex.
The dex save is to be underneath her in time, which you are.
And now what?
An athletics check to be strong enough to catch a fully grown or a child.
Can I use one of my super duper thingies?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you only have one now, though.
I think that's probably true. So I'm using it now for this.
Okay, you have advantage.
Okay.
18, and it's a natural 18 because you have a -2 to strength. So she jumps off this thing. She does, and then you can see that she's just kind of like flailing. She's totally going to land on her face. You kind of just jump underneath her, put your hands up, and then what happens to successfully manage to avoid damage?
If just narratively, it's not like I know spells or anything yet, but I do have a natural affinity to some sort of element. So I think I just kind of like a little tuft of air comes up, and then just she lowers herself down.
Right, yeah, you just, and then she kind of lowers herself onto your arms, and then you both kind of, yeah.
Whoa! Why did you do that? How did you do that?
I have no idea, actually. I just panicked. I just didn't want you to hit your face on the stone here.
It happens occasionally, but thank you for saving me.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That first one was a lucky shot.
I kind of just look at Ellie.
Ellie's like eating something from one of the boxes.
I'd like to see you try it, Ellie.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a lucky shot like your lucky shot was on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was
now it's stuck there more.
I know. That wasn't a lucky shot. I meant to get it off. That would have been the lucky shot.
and I try to boink the arrow. by
No!
throwing my
He
xylophone.
reaches forward. I'm like, no! And I immediately start climbing up Bo's back to get my
No.
arrow back.
I'm gonna throw my xylophone at it.
All right, you throw a xylophone at it. Give me I guess an athletics check will do. And
Oh God.
I mean, you totally do it. Just
Yes.
launch the xylophone at the door. This xylophone flies forward, and then suddenly Ellie jumps on your back, and you just kind of fall forward. The xylophone hits the door, explodes. For the record, you can't cast.
No.
You can't cast your only spell anymore, because you need the xylophone to cast it. It explodes. The arrow flies off the door. A piece of the door breaks, and the paper floats down to the ground.
But does my arrow come down?
Yes.
Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. And I rush over and I try to pick up all the little pieces of the xylophone.
Bo,
that
roll
are
me
broken.
a Constitution saving throw to try not to cry.
Okay.
It's okay, we can fix it.
That'll be a 10.
Deep breaths.
Oh, you just do it.
It's okay.
Man.
It's okay, we can fix it.
Shove it down. Learning how to be a man. Well done. 11-year-old Bo shoves down all those emotions and just kind of stands. There's a moment where like his eyes are twitching. Behind oversized glasses, I think you probably still have the same glasses on, even though you've got like blonde hair and everything, but you're still wearing them. Shove it down, and then you don't cry, but your xylophone is in bits. It's destroyed.
I grab the piece of paper and I grab my arrow. I just push Bo into the ground as I like step over him and then goes to the paper and arrow.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pick up the xylophone pieces and see if I can make something.
I'll help pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
any,
that?
like, rope or anything?
Yeah.
I have some string maybe that I can use with some extra clothing.
Yeah, I have some extra clothing too. Maybe we could tie it together.
Yeah, well, where I'm from, we make these really cool chimes that we attach to our caravan and stuff. So I was thinking I should just make one of those. It won't sound as cool maybe, but it'll still make some sound.
I'm looking at the cloak that I put on. Is there like a rope that ties around the waist?
No, it's a pretty big, just hood.
But it's
with
silk,
cloak on the
right?
back.
Do you mind if we just take a little bit of it?
Just take all of it. Let's make it better
okay.
for him.
Okay, let's if we cut strips here, we could do it that way. If we just cut silk strips and then we can hang the xylophone from it, and then I can use my doll that I have here, and we can just attach the strips to the doll. And then when you jingle the doll, it'll make sound. I'd like to try to make a wind chime out of the broken xylophone and my sandwalker doll
Do you have
and the silk.
any proficiencies in anything like that?
No. In
Then-
crafting? No.
Then you roll me a d20.
All right.
You got to beat a 15. A 5. Yeah, make like a.
It's terrible.
You just kind of like with some string tie some bits of xylophone to a strip of silk, and it doesn't.
See?
It's barely even. It's held together by like one knot, and it's probably gonna fall apart soon.
I
as you-
like jingle it and a piece falls off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to work differently than in my head it went differently.
Could I try to maybe tighten it up to make it can I just try my hand at it to make it more like what the xylophone was, just because I want to try?
Yeah, give me a d20 as well.
Okay. Here, let me see if I can do anything.
I don't know how these work, I guess. But it looked like he was gonna cry, so we should really try to.
12. You do a better job, but it's still not like
Wow,
a
that looks
functioning
great.
instrument. It looks more like a necklace or something now.
And I'm just gonna start knocking some of the pieces together. It's like ding, dong, ding, ding, ding. Look, it's just got some good sound now.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I just take it back slowly, and I just look at it and just
Yeah.
dwell
Ellie,
on
you
the thought
have
that I may have done something really silly.
you have a note in your hand.
Yeah.
And while they're kind of pulling together this thing, and Bo is like trying not to cry, you can read what it says in your own mother's handwriting. Not that you maybe know what that is, but that's what it is. Is the note as follows. Mother's note. Now, any of you that look upon this will read it or see it in your own mother's handwriting. And it says, go up and take the gem to the queen.
We're in a castle?
Well, while you're busy trying to fix his toy, this note, it says that I don't know. Does anyone have a gem? Gem?
No.
Did I
My
see
mom
a
tells
gem?
me my gem is my heart.
Oh,
No, that's a
so
lie.
sweet.
What's this? Not a lie.
That's a lie. Your gem's
No, it's
your
not.
heart.
It's not
No,
a lie.
It's not a lie.
No, it's a lie.
My mom
I've seen
never tells
gems,
a
and they're a
lie.
lot more
Not
solid.
to me.
Listen, I've seen gems and I've seen hearts, and hearts are a lot squishier than gems. Gems can withstand a lot of pressure from a blunt object, but hearts can't.
I think it's a metaphy for
Metamorphosis?
maybe.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't
I
like
hand the
that
note
tone.
to Aura, who's like close to me. Here you go. That's what it says. It says take the gem,
Oh.
not your heart, Bo. Unless you want us to take your heart to the queen.
I don't think that's what it
no.
means.
Okay.
I look at it and I see it's in my mom's handwriting. Oh, my mom wrote this.
Oh,
And I'm gonna look around the room. Did I see a gem at all in any of the bins when I was digging through stuff?
You rolled a... Don't know. Did you even roll? What did you roll?
Like wasn't like a 13 or something?
Let's go with a 13. You did not.
Oh God. Oh, let's scroll up.
And I'm scrolling.
No, it was a
Give me an investigation check now.
it was a 13.
Retroactive one. A 5. You definitely did not.
I didn't see any gems. Did anybody see any gems?
I don't know, but I don't think you looked hard enough because you got distracted with that sword.
And I start crawling back up, or crawling up the table.
Yeah, give me, well, you can give me an acrobatics check.
17.
Yeah, you can climb around all over the place. There's a rummaging sound as Ellie starts just tearing through boxes and throwing stuff out.
pretty fantastic at crawling.
I look for any of the boxes that were unchecked or maybe not thoroughly checked.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh wait, 11.
11, yeah. She's like throwing stuff out all over the place. You kind of check a lot of the boxes. You find that most of the kegs and boxes here are filled with sand, and it's really weird. You keep opening them, and there's just sand in there, and you throw stuff behind you. At one point, you just throw a key. It flies backwards, hits a wall, lands on the ground. But no gems, as far as you can tell, while the others are kind of looking up expectantly at you, and all this stuff is flying over their heads, cartoonishly.
Adults sure are weird. I take
Look
like
at this.
fuls of sand and I start throwing them at people at them.
Yeah.
Adults weird. This is what they kept. Here's some sand.
Why are you throwing sand?
I don't know, because that's what they kept in here. I didn't know what to do with it, so I threw it at you. Sorry.
Did you not know that throwing things at people isn't very nice?
No, that's not what I was taught. I was taught you should throw before someone throws at you.
Oh, I did not learn that. And I just kind of look at the ground.
Me either. Look at this key, though. I just point to it. I don't want to go over and pick it up.
Where'd you get that?
You threw it. You threw it down.
No, I didn't.
Okay. It just
Well, I
appeared
found
there.
it.
It's a big iron key with a big circle on the end that looks like it probably at once was attached to a much larger key ring filled with other keys. But you just see a big kind of standard iron key that would go in a large lock on a door. Nothing special.
Like the door that is blocking our way currently.
Exactly like that, yeah.
I will go over and I will pick it up then.
Yep.
Is it
I crawl
heavy?
down.
Pretty heavy for you, yeah.
I think this will open the door.
Need a hand?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I assist in.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
So,
You guys
yeah.
together can kind of heft the key over to the doorway.
Okay. This shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, if you just, I'll hold it and you kind of like push it towards the door and then we'll turn it on 3, okay?
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2,
3.
3.
You do that successfully. You don't need to make a check. You do the thing. But the door, the key doesn't turn.
It's not going.
Would you break
Can't
it?
get it to turn. I
doesn't
can't get it to
fit.
turn. Help! Help!
I walk over and I investigate it.
Just push the key. Stop staring. Are you gonna help
No,
us?
I'm looking.
Just staring. It's definitely the key for the door hole.
But I'm investigating to see if there's something else we need to do with the door.
But it's just not. We're just not strong enough to turn it. Could you please help us?
Are you sure you're not strong enough? You guys look pretty strong, and he's a boy. Shouldn't he be stronger?
It is
Pushing
strong.
my
You guys are
hardest.
crowding round. The door is unlocked. The door's already unlocked.
Well,
That's
Wait,
what
did it just open? Oh my gosh, you guys, you don't even know how to open a door, and I go and I push it.
Yeah, it just
We
opens.
did it. We did it, Bo. We did it.
You didn't do anything. It was probably already unlocked. And I like
Here.
walk up.
You just open the door. It is now open, and you can go up the stairs if you'd like.
Listen, guys first, thank you.
What?
Not you. I look at Bo. Guys,
Oh. me?
be a gentleman. Go first.
What does that have to do with being a gentleman?
What if there's a rat up there? Okay. Do you
What?
need to take it out?
What do you mean take it out?
Yeah, you can just ask it nicely to shoo.
Yeah, rats don't listen
I don't
sometimes.
speak rat.
No, I'm just saying, like, go first. You lead the way, and we'll go after you.
Can someone
You're the
hold my
cow.
hand?
Is that what gentlemen do? I will.
Okay, she'll hold your hand,
Okay,
and I'll be back here watching.
I'm good with that. All right.
All right,
Okay.
Bo, you go first.
We'll just go together, okay?
Sooner holding hands.
Yes. And I think I start to walk and I put the walking stick down or the stick down to walk, and then I'm kind of confused as to why I did that.
Yeah,
I don't need this to walk.
No, you
I
don't.
hold my broken xylophone out in front of me as if it'll like shoo away any.
Yeah, your talisman.
Yeah,
Um.
I'm kind of scared.
So
Sword Girl, are you gonna come with us or not? I say to Aura. I'm gonna leave you
Yeah.
behind. Oh, okay.
I was like running after you up the stairs.
I was
Cloak
distracted
billowing
by
behind her.
the sword pommel, and now I'm just
Ridiculous
running around.
So you guys go running up the stairs, and it goes up what feels like a few flights. It takes a little while. It's kind of like you guys have to creep up these stairs, heading up them faster and faster, Bo with a talisman out in front of him, until eventually you head up into the next section. When you get to the top of this stairwell, it opens into a really big room now, a much larger, wider circular room. There are like lots of low walls. Like as soon as you get up to it, Bo, there's a wall that looks like you can see over it. It doesn't go up to the ceiling. It's like a low wall that kind of creates, you can see one side of you is the outside wall, no windows. Then on the inside of the room, there's a low wall that seems to run on the inside of the wall, or the inside of the room. You can see the wall is about 5 feet high, just high enough for you to jump and like pop your head over the top if you wanted. You turn to your right, look down the hallway, nothing down there. There's a marble floor here, which is kind of nice and ornate looking, something you might see in a manor or estate or somewhere that noble folk might live, as opposed to what seemed like a kind of rundown castle downstairs is now kind of open to a quite nice looking room, still kind of old looking. Marble floor, strange patterns along it. And as each of you sort of comes up and enters into this room, you hear a strange shuffling noise to one side of you. And as you look over the, each of you kind of jumps up and pops her head over the wall, you can see what can only be described as the Spooky Boogie Man. A shadow man with tendrils of smoke and demon yellow eyes that glow with evil.
And we don't recognize this thing at all, do we?
You all recognize it as the Spooky Boogie Man.
Boogeyman. Okay.
This is a big man with smoke falling off of him, and these kind of like almost tentacle tendrils that shift out from him, shifting and changing, and kind of floats. He steps with legs, but for the most part, you can see that he's almost levitating, floating around on this smoke and these tendrils. The low walls, you peek over them, and you can easily hide behind them again. It doesn't seem like he saw you, but you did notice one other thing. At the center of the room is a very large statue of a stone hand reaching upwards, and on it, in the center, maybe about 10 feet up, was a shining blue diamond-shaped gem. I will give you a room to look at to give you an idea of what you are looking at here. This is the room.
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna say that Bo and I were right here against this wall.
What do you guys do?
Oh my god, it's the boogeyman! I don't think he saw us. Maybe we should go back down the stairs.
I have nightmares of this guy. I ain't gonna take this one.
What?
Sneak around the boogeyman.
What?
I
And do
stealth.
what? I think we should just go
disappear.
back down the stairs.
I start stealthing around.
Yeah, you're kind of you immediately see Kid Ellie duck down and start to skitter forward. Her footsteps are placed in such a fashion that she looks kind of like she's doing ballet or something. She moves forward quietly, but her feet don't leave any sound as she moves forward. Usually when you guys are walking around, it's like slap, slap, slap. You're kind of barely holding balance. But she moves very quietly and starts to move around this wall further towards the south. As you guys are kind of bickering, you turn around and you can see her kind of vanishing around the corner.
Where's she going?
What
Wait
if
for
we're
us.
sticking together?
I think we should leave.
I'm gonna just duck down behind this wall here, so I kind of want to go into stealth.
Yeah, you're all
Just, like,
kind
hide.
of you're all naturally hidden because all of you are shorter than 5 feet, so the wall is taller. You have to jump up and like do the thing where you peer over the top. But if you want to be extra quiet, you can give me stealth rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be extra quiet.
Okay. A 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not moving.
quiet. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should
I'm
leave.
go to the inn.
You're gone. Ellie's gone.
I'm gonna look around, and do I see this thing right next to me? Whatever this is.
You do. You see a trapdoor.
Right here.
There's an entranceway that opens into this, the center of this room.
Okay.
You can also see that there's a trapdoor right next to you. It's pretty small looking. Looks small enough for you to fit into, but not big enough for the Spooky Boogie Man to fit into.
Oh. And can I see where the boogeyman is? Is he still in the same spot, or is he moving around?
You want to poke your head around the corner?
No.
Okay,
Can
well
I-
then you don't know.
I'm
Give me a
not poking my
perception
head.
check with disadvantage if you want to try and hear where he is.
Oh.
17. You can hear some shuffling. It sounds like what he's doing is laps around the gem.
Center.
Mm.
Okay.
So I'm not going to move his token, but you can imagine he's kind of doing like this kind of motion. Like he's going around this thing pretty slowly.
Okay.
Monotonously, like a zombie, just kind of wandering around this thing.
Man, this just reminds me of video games in real life.
Yeah.
Just whenever I hear him, like, because as this sound grows distant and it starts to grow louder and louder, at his loudest point is when I'm going to assume he's near me, the nearest to me. And when it feels like he's growing distant again in sound, I'm gonna investigate this trap door
Sure.
to see if it's like if I can do anything with it.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
No.
While you're doing all of that, the other three behind you, you just see Ellie kind of like, she's gone. She just one hand runs along the wall, very quietly vanishes around the corner. She disappears down this hallway as you guys are deciding where to go, what to do.
I'm just trembling against the wall here.
The shiny thing, the gem.
What?
On the note, it's there.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's there.
I didn't see it. All I could see was the boogeyman.
The boogeyman is protecting it.
Well, how are we supposed to get it?
I don't know. Maybe
Can
we're
I-
distracted.
Maybe he won't hurt us.
A boogeyman?
That thing's gonna eat us.
Yeah. It swallows you whole. He just bends over you and covers you in the shadow, and then you're gone forever. And your whole family forgets you. It's awful.
Well, okay. And then I'll just sit down against the wall.
Okay.
So, you want to get this gem and take it to your mom or the queen?
Yeah, I guess we bring it to the queen. And I'll show Asuna the note. I'll pass it to her now.
Yeah, this note was written by your mother, Suna.
What? Wait, I thought you said your mom wrote this.
She did.
This is my mom's handwriting. Are
No.
we sisters?
Oh my gosh. Maybe.
I'm so happy. I don't have any siblings that I know of.
Me neither. I just stare at her because I have horns and things, and
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
That's amazing. Okay, so we have to get this gem now. I don't know how we should do that. I mean, we can try to sneak around him. Where did Ellie go?
Ellie.
Oh, she ran off.
Hi.
You,
speaking of
you are like looking at this trapdoor right now, and
Oh my god, something just fell.
there is, there is, you don't know anything about this thing. You don't know whether it's locked, whether it's going to open, where it's going to lead, whether it's going to make too much noise, without physically fucking with it. From investigating it, you're just like, it's a trapdoor. That's what you know.
I'm gonna go back to the others.
Yeah. You go back to the others and they're like frantically whispering.
Wait, Ellie,
Oh,
where did you go?
Why aren't you guys following me? We need to go get the gem, and there's doors down here, and I don't want to be alone when I do it.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
hold it open.
Guess what? Aura and I are related.
I don't
Believe it?
care. Let's go get this done. I want to get back. Tonight was supposed to be. We're supposed to go hunting tonight.
What?
I gotta get back. I'm gonna get in trouble, and I won't be able to go hunting for like a month. And I just want to go hunting. Can we go?
Yeah.
I just turn around and I start. Oh my god, let's just go.
All right. Who's following Ellie?
I am, but I am trying to whisper to Aura while we crawl quietly.
Sure, yeah. Everyone give me stealth checks as you crawl quietly forward. 13 from Ellie, 7 from Bo, 4 from Aura, and 5 from Suna. So all of you are moving really quietly. Even Aura and Suna, they're moving quietly. Like from your perspective, you guys are Sam Fisher. You guys are Solid Snake. You are crawling real quietly. For the rest of us, you're doing the thing that kids do where they're like
Hiding under the table and like you can't
and
see me.
rolling over and like all of your stuff is jingling and making noise and stuff.
Can I tell they're not being quiet enough?
No, because you also are a child. So even if you get a natural 20, you're still doing the exact same thing on stealth checks. Unfortunately, this is Rugrats rules.
I'm Mission Impossible.
You always think you are stealthing and quiet. No matter what, you always have that blissful ignorance, childlike thing where you always think whatever is happening. Your imagination fills in the rest of the D20, unfortunately. So, I mean, you guys are being super quiet. I mean, it was a success for all of you as far as you're all concerned. And you start rolling and crawling and heading forwards. Una and Aura are whispering very quietly, extremely loudly.
Do you remember what you were supposed to be doing tonight?
Do I remember what I was supposed to be doing tonight, Brad?
Well, what do you normally do on an average evening?
Well, I was supposed to do some reading with my mom, and then I was supposed to help my dad in the garden.
Okay. All right, never mind.
But what about you?
I can't remember. I was just here.
Well, just come help in the garden, and we can read together.
Okay.
I'm just like probably loudly whispering as I'm like on the stone.
It's like all the way around this thing. Eventually, all of you get down to the point where the trapdoor is, and you can see it now. There's a natural opening in the low-slung wall that leads into the area where that hand is holding the gem, and a trapdoor in front of you that looks pretty small. You know, like it's the type of thing where only a child could fit in it, or maybe a halfling. And but you don't. I mean, it's just a trapdoor. That's really all there is here. What do you guys want to do next?
That's the door right there. That's the door I'm talking about. It looks like we could fit in there. But I don't think that monster can fit in there.
Can I have a look at it?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
It's a trapdoor. It is probably going to lead you underneath the area where the Spooky Boogie Man is. In order to open it without it making creaking noises, you'll have to be very careful, and you might also have to be pretty strong.
It looks like just a trapdoor. Do we want to go inside?
What's gonna have to go use it?
But can you open it?
I mean, I could try.
Should we all try?
You mean all go together?
No, should we all try to open it together? Maybe with all of us combined.
Okay.
And then we can have him, and I point to Bobo, and I'm like, we have him go in it and see what's inside.
Me?
Yeah, you're the bravest of all of us, right? Or are you not the bravest?
No, I'm brave.
Is the girl braver than you?
No, I will do it.
I mean, so what?
I'll go.
No, I agreed already. I will do it. Let's just get this open.
Okay.
All right, you can have quadruple advantage to open it. Give me, who wants to be the one that's actually pulling the ring pull to lift the thing up?
I can.
Not me. I'm pretty weak, actually.
I'll do it.
Okay, bye. Give me 2 athletic rolls with advantage. This doesn't exist in D&D, by the way. Quadruple advantage, you're just getting it because you're children. You take the highest of 4 rolls, basically. That's a 5 and a 9, so let's hope you roll higher on the next one. Do it again. 15. Yeah, you guys all kind of like, you lift the ring pull up very carefully, and then each of you grabs a section of this trapdoor, and then very quietly you lift the thing up, and reveals a little, tiny little, almost like a vent shaft looking thing that would look like to us just a little tiny slip of marble, and just a hole that seems to lead directly upwards north on this map from where you guys are all crowded around this thing here.
You going in?
Going in?
One at a time, yeah.
Everyone's going in?
Wait, are we all going in? I thought we were staying out.
Go in. No, we can't let him go in by himself.
Okay, you two go in and we'll keep watch out here.
Okay. You should probably hide though.
I go back behind the ledge because I'm short.
Yeah. And then Bo, you go in?
Yes.
So no one's holding the trapdoor up.
Well,
I will.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna hold it up. I meant I go back behind the ledge. Okay, fine. I hold it up.
All right, so you hold the thing up.
I'll hold it up.
Bo goes in. Ellie's holding the trapdoor up. And then, are you closing it behind him or are you going to stand there? Remember, you're
I'm
kind of
also
in
going
the
in with
opening.
him.
Luna's going in.
Suna's going
I don't
in.
want him to go by himself.
Bo's going in.
Aura, or do I know your name yet? Did you say your name's Aura? I look at Aura and I'm like, are you going?
I assume we all knew who each other was, or did we not?
Entirely up to you. It's so wishy-washy. You have vague information
It's like
of
a
each
dream,
other. Yeah.
right? Like we sort of just know.
If you say you know each other's
Yeah.
names, you can know it.
I'll rush over to Ellie. Here, let's do this. And I'll take my wooden sword and I'll leave it ajar. I'm gonna stick it in so we can lower down the trapdoor to leave it ajar, and then we can run over.
Then we'll put this here, and then we can run over and hide until they could need us to get them out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Wow, you're really smart.
That's a good idea. Give me a survival check. Oh, a 15 is good. You wedge it into a good position, and the door kind of sits easily on the wooden sword that you've got. And you guys jump to each side of the hole here, while Bo and Suna, you start crawling forward. Both of you give me perception checks while you're under the underground.
That's a 12 for me.
12 and a 1. So you guys do have dark vision still, and it's very dark down here, but you can kind of see forwards. There's a crunching noise coming from ahead of you that kind of stops every now and then. It's like a gugung, 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 gugung. As you start crawling forward, the closer you get to the center of the area, essentially where you are underground here.
I am imagining a monster.
Right, yeah, you can probably imagine a monster as you're under here right now. You guys just want to keep crawling forward. It's just the same thing. It's like a 3 foot by 3 foot wide tunnel. Perfect square, marble all around.
I think we've come this far. We can't back out now.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
You're so brave, Bo.
You guys keep moving forward. Eventually you get to a T-junction, basically. You can see that the path continues forward and continues to your right. However, there is something above you. There is a circle of stone, which is kind of twisting and shifting. It looks like a really complex mechanical device, but sort of made mostly out of stone. You can see little bits of wood in there. And it looks like it would be the base of where this hand is. And it looks like it's trying to move. And that's what is causing the crunching sort of stone on stone sound, as if it's getting caught. Gugung, 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 gugung.
Is it stuck on something?
Give me investigation
It has to
checks.
be.
That's a 14.
14.
Yes.
Yeah. You can see that, Bo, you are confused. You don't even know what you're looking at.
I don't even know what they said.
Yeah, they're just crippled by fear.
It looks like something is stuck. It's stuck.
Yeah, you can see something stuck in there. So, you know,
What
it's
is it?
you can see the base of something circular that might be a cylinder that is sitting in between two of the mechanisms that are trying to catch.
Can I just poke it with my stick and just see if I can get it to loosen up so that it can turn the way it wants to?
Yeah, you want to try and push it up or push it down? Like, it'll just dislodge it.
I just push it up, I guess.
Okay, give me.
I can't imagine pushing it down would work. I'm not very strong and I'm not very tall, so
Sure.
I'd probably have to just go to like a.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
A 0. You and that's double zeros if you had advantage. You tap the bottom of this cylinder, and all you do is successfully hit it. It doesn't move an inch. Dung. Does nothing.
Well, that's not going anywhere. That's really stuck. That's really stuck. There's nothing that's gonna move that.
Can I see what is making this thing? This thing I have no idea what
It's
is.
right. It's right there.
Yeah,
See it? It's the cylinder.
you can't. You don't understand anything of what's happening
Oh,
until Suna
Dang
points
it.
it out to you and
Yeah.
says it's that thing.
It's right there. See? See how it's getting stuck, and it can't fully turn?
Yeah.
It's because that's in the way. But trust me, it's not going anywhere. I just hit it with all of my might, and it's not moving.
You want to try and hit it?
Okay, I'll try and hit it.
Give me an athletics check. A 1.
Jeez. Ow.
You hit the thing. Dung dung dung. It doesn't move. It's
I told
really
you.
heavy. It's difficult. Doesn't
It's
look like
not-
you can push it
It's
up.
not going anywhere.
Well, there seems to be another path other than
What?
the one straight.
Yeah. Do you want to go that way? Wait,
Yeah.
is this the hand that's holding the gem?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, Bo has no idea what's going on, but you
What is
do.
this?
Well,
you
look,
you can assume it is the base of the.
Well,
the
look,
hand.
see, you can kind of see where it's trying to rotate. I think this is the bottom of the hand that's holding the gem.
It might be, but I don't know.
Stand back. I have an idea.
What? What did you have in mind?
I'm going to mold earth. And I'm just going to use my spell, and I'm going to try to dislodge this thing using
Okay.
mold earth.
You're
Yeah.
a wizard?
You can do that. You actually can cast one
the
spell.
heck?
She does magic now, and it's awesome, Bo. What does it look
What?
like?
So I actually just dissolve the cylinder that's blocking it. It just like crumbles to the ground.
Yeah, the sort of stone cylinder that's holding the mechanism in place here just shifts and changes. You can see that the transmutation happens here, and the stone kind of just turns to sand almost, or dissolves and begins to fall out into a pile on the ground. And as it does so, the mechanism clicks in place and
did it!
begins to
Oh!
turn around.
I'll
You
come up with a
see,
better name eventually.
However,
Wow.
you it is at this point that the hand starts to fall down on top of you. Give me dexterity saves.
Oh! Oh God.
I would also like to try to push Bo out of the way.
Oh, you can do one or the other. You can jump or push.
I will try to push him out of the way.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's what that 9 is. Bo
Yes.
jumps out of the way and you push nothing, air, and fall flat on your face. And then this circle of hand and stone is falling down on you. Back outside a few moments ago. Aura and Ellie.
Hey.
They creep down into the thing. You've left the door open. Each of you kind of looking at the doorway, I presume. Is either of you keeping an eye on the Spooky Boogie Man?
I am.
Yeah?
I'm still listening to him. 'Cause
Um,
I perceived him earlier, right? So I know what he sounds like as he's walking around.
right, yeah, give me a perception check without disadvantage this time.
Without disadvantage. 10.
10, you know where he is. He's right next to you. He's coming towards the edge here because he is gonna come and look at what's going on with the open door that was suddenly opened. And he's moving very slowly towards you as he shuffles his way over towards this trapdoor. What do you guys do?
I look at Aura and I go like this, and my eyes are wide, and then she just like sees me like vanish. Kid vanish. I don't know. I go into stealth.
Can
Yeah.
I peek around the corner?
She,
I imagine
Stealth is
imagine-
literally just like hiding against the wall. Like,
I imagine
yeah.
it like a horror movie, like a horror movie where like someone's like in this like little like cove of something, and they're just like creeped up as close as they can get to it, just like dead silent, and
Right.
as someone comes and like peeks.
Yeah,
Like
you
that.
manage to flatten yourself against the thing. It's almost like you vanish into the stone itself. Now,
Yeah.
adult Ellie can kind of do that. Kid Ellie totally does that in her head, but really just kind of sticks
But
against the
I
wall.
am tiny, so I have that to my advantage.
You're gonna try and use tiny
am-
rules against my
I'm
Gate of
tiny.
Time mirror world dream
I'm
sequence?
tiny when I'm big.
No, you do. You are successful. A 19 is a child success, as you in your head completely believe that you are stealth into nothingness. From us as adults watching child Ellie, she just does this. And it's just that totally. This Aura, what do you do?
Do I know he's coming over, or do I need to check to see where he is at?
You see Ellie freak out and push herself against the wall, and then you can hear some shuffling too.
I'm gonna, just by context clues, figure out that the spooky boogeyman's coming over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my crayons and I'm gonna huck them over the wall to create a distraction.
Yes. Give me a. Let me see what your proficiencies are. Roll me a dex save, because that will
Okay.
give me the right roll that I want, which is a proficient throw. Yeah, perfect. Where do you want them to go?
Because of where I'm sitting, I'm gonna just kind of like fumble in my bag and pull out the crayons, and I'm gonna throw them. I don't know where Bo and Suna are, so I'm going to huck them over towards. Oh gosh, I don't know the best way to show y'all on the map.
You can arrow it.
Yeah,
I could
you can
do that.
either
Let me do that.
you can either click and hold down and it does a ping like that, or you
Okay.
can do this.
Whoops. I want to throw it over that way. Like I'm just gonna peek up and just kind of chuck it, and then just crouch back down.
Sure. You launch them. These crayons are thrown across this room. They land and disperse. They create a little bit of a noise. And you can see the Spooky Boogie Man suddenly turns around and starts heading in that direction away from where you are. It is at that moment that this creepy sort of ninja appears from behind the wall, stepping out as Child Ellie reappears from the shadow fell itself.
I tiptoe over to Aura. I'm like, that's it. He was right here.
I know, we gotta go in. We have to go in. We have to go under.
But I don't. Fine.
There is a gung noise from the center of the room at that point.
I look towards the center of the room.
The hand is coming down, getting lower. 10 feet up it was, and it's coming down now, sinking into the ground.
Oh, maybe we should stay out here. What's happening?
Now's our chance. We can go grab the gem real quick.
You're really good at hiding, and you're fast. Maybe you should go, and I can create another distraction if I need to.
Here, I give her my sheriff's badge. I'm like, you can have this and throw it away from me.
Okay, if he turns around now, I'll make sure.
Okay. Balls. Oh boy. I'm gonna try and run behind this pillar. I'm assuming this is a pillar right here, right?
Yes, it is. It's a pillar that goes all the way up. The Spooky Boogie Man is behind a pillar on the other side. He seems to be heading towards the crayon still at this
I'm
point,
gonna
like
run
he's
behind
moving
this
over
pillar.
there. All right,
Over
give me a, I guess an acrobatics check. It's a dex-based check.
20.
Oh yeah, she just vanishes. It's like the Flash. She just runs around the corner, arms out behind her Naruto style, and starts running. It's like awesome. Yeah, she leaves like a trail of lightning behind her. It's dope as shit. For the rest of us, she kind of just run waddles, you know, like the kids. But like to you guys, she just does this like awesome blitz across the room. Back underground in the tunnels. Oh, you jump out of the way and turn around, and Suna is just kind of laying face down on the ground, and there's the circle of fists coming.
Oh, I help her up and then get her out of the way.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Don't you worry. I got you.
Yeah, you stumble forward and just fall next to her, and now both of you are underneath the thing.
Oh, Mulder.
Oh, yeah. What do you do?
Yeah. I want to protect us. I want to now create that with that sand. I'll recreate the stone thing, but as kind of like a barrier over us.
Okay.
Just enough so that it hits it and then we can crawl out.
Yeah, you're
It'll
freaking
probably
out.
crush it. I don't know how heavy it is, but
Give me a charisma
boy.
saving throw to try and successfully cast the spell first. Nice. A 10 is exactly what you needed to make it. You do it. You create like an arc of stone. It's not pretty though. It's nowhere near anything that like older Suna would do. It's just like a random bunch of stone that sits against the walls, and then you two start crawling out.
Okay, I'm getting out.
Back the way you came, or you going one of the other ways?
Maybe we
whichever way is fastest. Whichever way.
Go the other way.
Equidistant.
Okay, pick one. I don't care.
Okay, we're going down the other way.
Okay.
North or east?
East. East.
East? Okay, you guys start crawling away from the thing. Do you leave the mold earth up there like that? Let it drop?
Yeah. Once we're out from underneath it, it'll collapse.
Yeah, the hand
I know how it
continues
works.
to
Yeah, so it's
fall
we
downwards.
needed to be down to get the gem, I think.
You guys start crawling. What is that? Is that did someone draw a line? I didn't even notice.
That was me. That was my fault. Sorry.
You guys start crawling away from the hand towards the east here. Back above ground, Aura, you see the Spooky Boogie Man give up, just doesn't give a shit about the crayons immediately. Sees them, kicks at them kind of. Some of the tendrils go down and snap a couple of them, and then he begins to move back towards the center of the room.
So okay, at that point, I'm gonna look over at Ellie to see if she sees me. Just
Peeking around the corner. I'm peeking around the corner.
Yeah.
okay, so then I'm gonna take the badge, and I'm gonna huck it.
I go like, and I'm like, and I'm like making like signals, like I'm trying to show like I'm watching him. Cause I mean I'm next to a pillar that goes all the way up. I'm hoping that if I keep my body on the other side of him at all times, he won't see me.
Yeah, give me a performance check, and Aura, give me an insight check.
Oh, I was like, is that a thing?
Okay.
No.
Oh.
It's a 0 from Ellie.
Performance was a thing.
Oh, my adult. Okay, so
You can still give me an
check?
insight check, yeah. A 13. So Ellie's like over there just doing like all this. It means absolutely nothing. Like Ellie's doing like in your head, Ellie, you're like one of those like SWAT teams, like, you know, doing all the right things. You've seen all the adults in the Thieves Guild like do all these cool moves. They know what all these symbols mean and stuff, and you're just doing it assuming that is how it's done. And
half the time they're doing it just so I don't know what they're talking about.
yeah. Like, we're gonna kill the king, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Since I don't know what she's doing and I have her attention, can I just hold up her badge and go like mime throwing it, and then go like, I put my hands up in like a, do you want me to do this? Do I have to do a performance check?
She does the Facebook boy 2010 pose.
Okay.
I'm going to actually, because I think I did such a good job, I don't understand why she doesn't understand my hand movements. I'm gonna try and take my cowboy hat and frisbee throw it across the room to the north.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
18.
By the way, sometimes I just say acrobatics because I know it's dex in my head, because it's the same. I just want a dex roll. And I can't remember who's got what dex stuff on these new sheets, so I'm just giving you, that's why I'm doing that, for viewers and new players alike. 18, yeah, you can throw it basically wherever you want.
I'm going like, oh, wrong thingy. Okay, I'm going for like over here, like towards the north door.
Yeah, you do it.
Or entryway.
It flies towards the north. You see the Spooky Boogie Man immediately see it and trace it across the room. Spooky Boogie Man. Oh, Spooky Boogie Man's totally following it instead of figuring out the source. And like a dog following a tennis ball, Spooky Boogie Man moves now towards the top of the room. There is a continual as the hand now comes down, and then
as he starts to move that way, though, when I see him like start to move that way, that's when I want to go for the gym.
Yeah.
Like not when he gets there, but like as he like starts, like I'm going this way.
Yeah, the hand comes all the way down, locks into place, and you start sprinting. Give me another acrobatics check.
Go, Ellie, go.
19. Yeah, you run all the way over to it. It's only like 2 feet up above you now, so you can swipe it off the top, and you collect the gem. And it's not as big as it looks on the map. It's probably about, like, it's pretty big probably for your hand, but it's, you know, no bigger than your actual hand itself. So you grab the thing, swipe it up. Underground, you two come to another trapdoor, which is closed above you. Guess where it is? It's this one. Do you go out of the trapdoor?
This one's closed. Should we go back the way we came? Or try to get out here?
Back the way you came is very blocked.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just try to open this trapdoor then.
All right, give me an athletics check.
10.
You do it. You. It's relatively loud, but not super loud. You open the thing up. You crack it open. You can see Ellie running across the middle of the room. She skids to a stop, runs straight into the side of the hand, and kind of stumbles sideways, and like reaches for the gem. It falls off onto the ground. She stumbles forward, picks it up in two hands like soap. She drops it again and picks it up. From Ellie's perspective, she does like a triple backflip, lands in front of the thing, picks it up with one swoop, throws it into her satchel.
In my head.
Yeah, but you're like falling all over the place.
I'm really nervous, like my heart's pounding.
Ellie's got the gem. Ellie's got the gem.
She grabs the gem. You guys can see it. There's two little sets of eyes looking from a trapdoor on one side.
Whoa. And look, there's stairs. Right across the hall. I think we should make a run for it.
Good idea.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Are you making a break for it? Yeah, you burst the thing open.
Yeah.
And you start running. Give me acrobatics checks, you two. Ellie and Aura, what are you doing?
No.
As they come out and they start making noise, that's when I am I'm gonna get perception. I'm gonna do a perception check.
For what?
For the boogeyman.
Oh, you can see him. He's like probably at the cowboy hat now. Like he's like looking down at this thing, and you see them two kind of jump out of this thing, and they just start booking it towards you.
I'm gonna run away from them towards the stairs.
Okay, you just book it towards the stairs. Give me an acrobatics check as well. Aura, everyone is running away.
They sure are, Brad. I'm gonna see that they're running. I'm gonna run over to the trapdoor, grab my sword out so it makes a loud noise, and then I'm gonna run towards the stairs.
You're going the wrong. Oh,
yeah, that's the
stairs you came up, or the
stairs.
There's these stairs.
Go up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so you're running.
Here's the problem, though.
This way. No?
Everybody, no. Is if I run the other direction, there's a giant concrete wall blocking. Unless I can.
No, you can go around the wall.
Yeah, you can go in here.
You have to go. Yeah, you have to go this way.
Okay.
We're all inside already. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over, grab my sword, and be sad it makes a loud noise, and then I'm gonna book it towards the the stairwell that they're all running towards.
I would also like to cast a spell if I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna make a difference.
Well, you fall over actually. So
oh yeah. Okay.
The first thing that happens is Bo runs towards Ellie. Ellie turns around and starts running towards the thing as well. Aura, give me an acrobatics check. Sooner you just stumble and fall again and graze your knees.
Or you need to go the other way.
Aura's just the flash. So wait, Aura, you're going the other way?
Yeah,
Wait,
no, she said towards the stairs, but
the
she went
stairs are over here.
That's what I was doing the first time. I got confused.
Yeah,
okay,
but there's downstairs and there's upstairs. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So I'll run this way.
This way. You can pretty much get all the way there. I think what I'll do is I'll just put you guys where I think you probably end up before you realize what's going on. Ellie's probably about there. Bo's probably about there. Luna's probably there when she falls over. And that's when Symbol turns around and Spooky Boogie Man turns around and his eyes start flashing wildly as he sees you. All of these tendrils shoot out across the room towards each of you guys from the varying different noises that happen. The slam of two trapdoors, boom, 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 then Suna falling over, and then it turns around and there's just 4 children running across the width of the center of the room, and that's where we're going to go to a break. This evening. So, pretty close to having him not spot you. I think the Metal Gear Solid like alert sound happens. And then all of these tendrils run towards you. We're going to go to a short break here. Go grab yourselves some, I don't know, baby food. Can you tell I don't know the difference between a 4-year-old and a 10-year-old, by the way? Because I genuinely have no idea what the difference is.
Yeah, me either.
Up until about
I do.
14, I don't know. They're all the same.
They're just more yappy.
It's like goo goo
That's all there
gaga,
is to it.
toddler, and then teenager. That's all I understand.
They're pretty perceptive. Kids are.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I was the oldest in my generation. Have a lot of cousins, so I got to watch them. They're pretty perceptive. They pick up a lot of stuff, but they're very yappy.
Yeah.
Very yappy. They think that they're ninjas when they're not. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, I
You're right
figured.
with that.
I'm just going by Rugrats rules. But even they were like 2. So
Let's
I
be
don't
real.
know.
Even teenagers think they're ninjas when they're not. So
Yeah, I thought I was a
So
ninja.
true.
We're going to go to a short break. We'll be back in a few minutes to wrap up the conclusion of Child Order. Okay, bye. Hello, welcome back to the show. You guys are in this giant circular room. This creature known as the Spooky Boogie Man has spotted you all, and tendrils and smoke start launching out towards all of you. What would you like to do?
Keep running.
If they're coming at us, I'd like to try and dodge that.
Dodging?
I mean, obviously dodge.
Dodge and run.
Dodge and run. Dodge and
Yeah.
run? All right.
That's my plan.
Aura, you're kind of safe. You kind of make it to the other side, and then you see the tendrils launching out towards the others who are running across. Ellie and Bo, give me dexterity saving throws. Suna, what are you doing?
I would like to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Mold Earth, but I'm gonna use it slightly differently.
Okay.
One of the options that I can do, since it's already spotted us, I don't think I can distract him anymore, but I would like to make his terrain difficult.
Give me a charisma save.
Please hold while I switch to the... There we go. Oh, no.
You stumble over the words, or don't. However you cast spells, you fuck it up. This is your first spell. You don't know how to do it yet. You've done it a
He's
couple
also
times,
terrifying.
and you're freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just stumble through whatever.
Mold Earth?
Nowhere near good enough as the nothing happens. You just do nothing. Ellie, one of these tendrils launches towards you, and you just do what can only be described as a triple backflip tuck pike over this thing. You flip through the air, you land, you do like a pirouette, and then do the thing, and then keep running towards the other side. Or you see Ellie just kind of like stumble one way, and the tendril launches over her head because she's so short. Ellie, you make it to the other side. Bo, you make it probably about halfway across the room, towards where this hand is. It's kind of in the ground. And then one of these tendrils wraps around your leg and then lifts you upside down. And now you're kind of upside down and dangling. As Suna is kind of just stuck doing nothing. Aura and Ellie, you're on the other side of the room. You're safe, essentially. You're kind of like looking on from this thing behind the wall. It doesn't seem to be interested in you at all. And Bo, you're like upside down, and this thing is like waving you around in the air. What do you guys want to do next?
We still got that badge I gave you?
Yeah. And
Can you aim for his head?
I'll try. And I'll, like a little baseball stance,
Yeah.
I wind up and I try to huck it straight for the boogeyman's head.
All right. Give me a dex save. 12. You launch this thing on target. It flies towards where the Spooky Boogeyman's head is. What happens when this sheriff star hits him in the face? You're just using a ninja star right now.
So it's a ninja star, not a...
So it's like a sheriff star. Now those
Yeah.
like they're stars.
It's like a kid's sheriff badge, a plastic badge.
It hits him in the face. I think it startles him a little bit, and it's like the little corner of a badge is stuck in some of the shadow.
Absolutely.
Before it falls out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those where we throw it at him, and then we're like, haha, good, that's a good throw, and then he turns and looks at us. We're like,
yeah, that's exactly what happens. And yeah, the star kind of falls to the ground, but it distracts him enough that Bo, give me a strength save with advantage. You might be able to shake free. Advantage just means roll it once, actually, because we haven't set the sheet up. An 8 is not enough. The thing is like wobbling you around, and it kind of slows for a second. You take the momentum to try and shake free, but it's not enough. There's something going on. You can't quite reach your own feet or something like that, and then eventually you feel the thing lift you back up into the air and start shaking you around. Sooner, Bo, you can actually do something of your own if you have any bright ideas. Anything you guys want to try and do?
I'm gonna run up and try to free Bo.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
I have some string in my pocket.
Yes, you do.
Maybe I can use it to lasso the hand, one of the fingers of the hand, and pull myself to it, maybe to the point that maybe I can muster enough strength that it'll let me go, which I don't know, but you gotta try,
You
right?
gotta try. Give me an dexterity save. As Sooner, you run all the way up here, I think, but he's really high above you. He's like 10 feet up.
Okay.
You're on a natural 1, Bo. You get your string out and just throw the whole thing. All the string just goes on the ground.
what
now.
did you do that for? Why did you just throw it?
Yeah, it was a pretty weird decision.
Tried to do something. Okay.
Pretty weird decision to make. Sooner, give
It
me
looked
a
really cool in my head.
dex save first.
Oh, sure.
Before you do anything else here.
9.
Wrapped up. A tendril appears below you, grabs your leg, and whoop, whips you upside down. And these two are now kind of like in the air, upside down. Aura and Ellie. You see them.
Hey.
Can I still try to do something?
Can I
No.
still try to cast a spell or no? Okay.
You, not
Run!
yet.
Aura, Ellie, run!
There is a secret turn order in my head.
Okay.
Your acrobatics check was your turn.
Got it.
Because it was a fail. Ellie, Aura, these two are now caught by the Spooky Boogie Man. It's going to eat them.
Run!
I feel like we should get this to the queen. Maybe if we get it to the queen, it'll stop.
I mean,
Remember the note?
is it hurting them at all, or is it just holding them up?
It doesn't look like it's hurting them. Yeah.
Hey, it's not a bad idea. Maybe what if you run up and give it to the queen, and I'll try talking to it.
Okay. And I start running up the stairs.
Yeah, you run up the stairs. And you're trying to talk to it?
I'm just gonna stand in the walkway here, or in the hallway, right at the edge. Oh, hey, excuse me, please. Can you please put them down, please?
Yeah, performance check with disadvantage.
Oh, come on, I'm a child. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It would have been a 1 either way. 1. Make a dex save. A tendril comes flying at you. You like kick off the wall, turn upside down in the air and land. You brandish your wooden sword and bat away at the tendril that comes towards you. Really what we see is you just kind of stumble backwards, pinwheeling as the tendril wraps around, just barely missing you.
Okay.
And then Bo and Suna, you can try and do stuff.
I would like to try one more time to cast Mold Earth.
Go for it. Give me the charisma save.
12.
12 is mate. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, I cast Mold Earth, and what I'd like to do is excavate the ground right underneath Symbol, so he falls.
I'm sorry, who's symbol?
I mean, the Scary Boogeyman.
Spooky Boogie Man.
Spooky Boogeyman.
Okay,
yes,
that's
that
right.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
You-
I'm just so frightened I can't think
I
straight.
don't know what it's called either. Yeah. You can do that. The ground underneath where it is suddenly starts falling away, and it's like way more effective than you'd expect. A huge hole opens up, and
Take that, Spooky Boogie Man!
he falls in. However, you guys are still attached to this thing, and you are yanked through the air with it as you
Not
start
good.
falling towards this hole that you've made. It's fallen in. Bo, do you want to try and do anything?
Yes, I will attempt to bite at the tendril that is grasping my foot.
Okay. A bite move, I guess, would be
Improvised.
improvised attack. So give me a D20 plus 2.
Okay.
Ooh, so intense.
An 8. Yeah, you bite at it, but like nothing happens. You're just like as you are pulled towards the hole here.
No.
Ellie, we're gonna come to you in a minute. Aura, what do you want to do? They're about to get dragged into a Sarlacc pit.
Because it didn't work the last time, I'm gonna brandish my little wooden sword and I'm gonna run into the room because I can see them getting pulled away. I'm gonna wave my little sword around. I'm gonna fight someone your own size. I'm gonna.
Are you trying to intimidate it?
Yes, I am.
Give me an intimidation check. 2. Give me a dexterity save.
Oh god.
20. Another tendril appears behind you and you deftly roll out of the way. There's not really anything to intimidate. The Spooky Boogie Man is fallen into a hole. Upstairs, there is a very different situation happening. Ellie kind of skedoodles all the way up the steps and runs probably as fast as her little legs can take her up these pretty big steps up and around this tower into the next room. And it's a very different sight as you step into this room. You run into a room that is wonderful. It's a wonderful bedroom. You see a comfortable looking bedroom with warm light pouring in through a window. You see a sunlight spilling over a queen size bed. And there are all these old trinkets in this room. You can recognize some of them and some of them you don't. For you, Ellie, you see a painting that was on the wall of the guild that you're from and was brought up in. And you see a bunch of other little trinkets that maybe you recognize just from your past and your childhood. As you step into the room and look around, you can see a chest filled with like golden coins and trinkets and other gems. A lot of the gems look exactly like the gem that you've got. And on another side, you see a very big mirror with a swirling kind of arcane tunnel inside of it. And while the room is unfamiliar, it feels very comfortable to you. And as you step in, you immediately are overtaken by a sensation of tiredness and sleepiness, and you maybe instantly yawn, the gem in your hand feeling very heavy. There's no one else in here, though.
I walk up to the mirror.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've never seen something like that before.
It's like the Doctor Who tunnel, that kind of, or like the Stargate tunnel. It's just an endless swirling tunnel of sort of a maelstrom of arcane energy. Not making any sound or anything like that. It still looks like a mirror, and you can almost see your own reflection on the mirror surface to a degree.
Do I see anything that would be like it says to the queen?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 12.
The bed in here is a queen-size bed. You're aware of that.
Get it to the queen. The queen? And I like look around like the bed. To get this, it wants me to go to sleep with this? And I walk up to the bed and I set the gem on it as I look at the pillows around and stuff.
It looks pretty
So-
comfy.
I am really tired. Maybe if I don't know. I mean, but they need my help. Maybe. If I just lay down for a second, it won't hurt. So I get on the bed
Yeah, you want to rest your eyes?
just for a second.
Yeah. You rest your eyes on the comfort of the bed. Back in the horror of downstairs area, you guys are still dealing with the Spooky Boogie Man. Two of you are being dragged into an open and awful maw. There is Aura is standing brandishing a wooden sword, and tendrils are firing up out of this hole as you're being dragged towards it. I think probably you guys have one last chance to do something before you are dragged into the hole here. Anyone got any bright ideas?
Yeah, I would like to try one more time to mold earth, I guess.
Okay,
All
go
I
for
got.
it.
Okay. Sorry, let me do the charisma thingy, right? 11.
11 is a pass. You can cast Mold Earth.
Okay, I want the earth below us to come up and stop us from going any further.
Right, so it comes up as a barrier
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
You guys can grab onto it. Yeah. The tendrils are still on your legs though. You grab onto these things, you and Bo, and this earth kind of just molds. Again, it doesn't come up pretty. It's not nice and, formed the way that older Suna would do. It's just
I don't
random spikes of earth and pillars that you grab onto. The both of you, boom, stop your descent into this hole here. And you're not going any further, but you're kind of yanked out. It's kind of that situation in Twister when they're being held upside down. If anyone's old enough to remember Twister.
Get it off!
And Bo, you want to do anything crazy?
Let go!
I still want it to try and let go of us.
Oh, you want to try and bite it again?
Try to break free!
That was not a good idea. I have a better idea.
Okay.
Nobody likes to bully, so I'm gonna attempt vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
then he lets us go.
What do you say?
You're a big bully and nobody likes you.
Do you still have your talisman?
And you're... Yes.
Yes.
But it's kind of broken.
All right. Give me a vicious mockery attack. 11. Yeah, you shout at this thing. Let us go. And then the tendrils do. You feel them unwrap from both of your legs. You can't see the Spooky Boogeyman in the hole down there, but it does let go. Loads more tendrils suddenly shoot up out of the holes.
I
And
immediately grab Bo's hand and I just try to run, which we don't do yet.
yeah, you
Well, I
guys
guess we could because we do still have movement, but yeah.
kind of start running.
Yes.
Aura, you want to do anything crazy?
Well, at this moment, it seems like it's working. Correct.
These guys have just freed themselves and they start running across the room.
I'm gonna wait for them to meet up with me, and then I'm gonna run with them to the stairs.
All right. You guys start running towards the stairs. Give me acrobatics checks.
2.
2. 17 and then 18 from Bo. You guys run towards the stairs. There's a moment where Suna suddenly falls, and from underneath you, Suna, the earth breaks and shifts, and
Oh no!
from between where you guys are running and where Suna's fallen, Spooky Boogie Man bursts up from the ground. All of these tendrils suddenly launch out towards Suna on the ground. Ellie, with your older Ellie sheet, can you give me an attack roll with your short bow?
Attack bow with my short bow.
Attack bow.
Attack bow with my short bow.
26 is a hit. Give me damage, including sneak attack.
10 plus 11.
So all of these tendrils suddenly start launching down towards you sooner. They're like just about to get you when suddenly the ceiling of this room opens up and a shaft of light bursts through. There is an arrow that launches down towards the Spooky Boogie Man, hits him in the head, and he explodes in nuclear fire and light. There is just a blinding flash bomb of light for all three of you down there. It's not over yet, but it is over. But it's not over yet. You guys wake up as if from a dream. Each of you steps through the other side of that filmy wall, the bubble thing. You remember everything that happened here.
And also everything that just happened as children.
Everything that happened as children.
All right.
But it feels like a weird dream. You remember everything. You understand to a degree what happened there, in the sense that you had this experience and this shared experience. Ellie, you recall firing an arrow to try and save them.
Okay.
Somewhere in this dream, you woke up and pulled everyone else from the dream. For them, it was like an arrow killing symbol. For you, it was whatever you want it to be. Either way, each of you steps through, and
I think as it was is what it'd be. Is I woke up as a kid and I started firing one of my sucker arrows, but then it transformed into a real arrow.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. What?
And it is with that you all, wake up. And you finish that step. You've each taken a single step since the beginning of the episode here into a very strange-looking long hallway. There are these walls around you that appear to be made out of very, very finely carved slabs of maybe white stone, thin-looking engravings across them. These very strange-looking little symbols and runes that light and twinkle, mostly in blues and yellows. You can see gold trim that appears to be legit real gold trim around several of the slabs on the ground below you. This place looks like it is masonry fit for a king, but made by the best, maybe even the best dwarves in the world couldn't pull off this kind of masonry. This hallway stretches out ahead of you. It's about 15 feet wide. The intricate design of the architecture above you is crazy. There is stone that's twisting like vines into strange shapes that create an arch that runs the length of the hallway. It stretches down to an opening where you can see a blue pool of what looks at the same time to be kind of a blue fiery substance with crackles of sort of electricity and energy to it that's lighting up the rest of the hallway. From that pool, it's sending out pulses of this strange arcane energy that run down the length of the halls through the runes and the lines and the strange etchings that are along the walls, all the way to the far end where there is maybe about 60 feet ahead of where you guys are. There is a very large chamber, a much more open chamber, where you can see, you can see that figure of Titan, that Sandman that you saw when you first arrived at Dreadtusk. It's kind of swirling around, and it's just the upper half of what looks like a kind of very masculine, muscly male body, but again, it's sand that's falling apart, kind of like the Sandman from Spider-Man, if you know what that is. Bits of sand falling off of him, and it's swinging wildly at someone at its base. There's sand whipping up in the air all around it. You can see aura at the base of it. Your aura, this aura, the same one. Behind it, you can see Suna. She's kind of looking a little roughed up. She's got a wound on her head. Further beyond her, you see Bo running around the back of the room. Nowhere to be seen is Ellie. Though Ellie, you get the sense that Ellie's there. Let me bring you over to a map here, as I also need two sets of initiatives because there are two versions of you that you are now going to control this combat. Future you and past your present you and past you.
Click a token. I'm so sorry.
You don't really need to because it's confusing enough as it is. So I'll add you all as one.
Do I do two as
You
well?
all as two. Yeah, everyone. There's two versions of you here.
Click one of my versions.
Managed to add this one. Let's see here. Somehow I've added.
I didn't touch save.
I think Roll20 is
all
giving
right.
me slow response. Let me do it again. Add. Right, we'll do one set of initiatives first. There's Suna with a 13. This is present
That's
you.
baby. Baby Suna was 13.
Oh, okay. So 27.
Regular. 27 for older
Jesus
Suna.
Christ. I don't even know that number exists.
Me either.
Ellie is a 10. Bo was a 22. Okay. Now, the versions of you that are already in here fighting. let's get
Oh,
there.
I
Yes,
didn't realize it
that's
was.
what's happening.
Oh, all right. Wow. All right.
Sooner, second roll. Wait, Ellie did it. 14.
Sorry, I rolled from the child sheet.
Yeah,
So
roll
may
me
I
two
roll a
initiatives,
second
one for each one.
Okay. Sorry.
17 for that one. Bo 6 for that one. And Aura
Oh, this is
second
incredible.
second initiative.
Can I click my token or do you need to add it
Just
manually?
just click the button. Don't click your token.
I couldn't click mine, so.
Yeah, don't worry.
22.
The second one, you should have control over, I think. Oh wait, no, maybe not. Hang on. Quickly give you control over your second token. So you'll see at the top of the sheet there is one character token, and you'll see at the bottom of the sheet the second ones. The second ones
Ah,
the
yes.
ones that just stepped through. Present you guys. Titan. Wow. That is a 6. So, descending order. The turn order is as follows. Now, if you highlight, so when you're looking at the actual turn order box, you can highlight one of the characters here, and it will show you which one it is. So you'll see a yellow line around one Suna and then a yellow line around the other. If you hover over the
all right.
name, you'll know which one it is.
Okay.
There's, you understand?
Yes.
So, first to react here is the Suna that just stepped through the door. Again, there is like a version of you guys that's already fighting this thing ahead of you. Everyone ahead of you that's fighting this thing already looks kind of messed up, and there is just an insane amount of noise and chaos coming from down there. It seems like sand is just launching across the room all over the place. There's just endless kind of like crushing noises, things being destroyed. You can see that the even though there is like an enormous amount of damage being done, the hall here, the walls and everything look pristine, even after they're being smashed and pulverized by the enormous Sandman of Titan. You guys step through this thing after this weird reverie in this dream, and you can react. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know how I would react to seeing this, but it's clear that we are in battle with this Titan, and the Titan is hurting us, correct?
Yes.
All right. I think I would. I will cast a spell. I'm going to cast Web.
Web.
Yes, it is a new spell I have. Here, let me just put it in the thingy.
Okay, web is conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube. From that point, for the duration, the webs are difficult for terrain and likely to obscure the area. And If they aren't anchored between two solid masses or laid across the floor or ceiling, the conjured web collapses on itself and the spell ends at the start of your turn. So this is 60 feet.
Yes. So where
Titan
are we,
is
really?
165 feet ahead of you, I'm afraid.
So
You guys have to run.
I will use my movement then to try to get closer so that I can do this.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, Jesus, where was I?
Do you want me to draw a line for you?
Yes, please.
How far do you want to
Thank
go?
you. My max movement, 30 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wow. So they're really far away.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember, you can use your action to...
I will
Run
do that,
again.
yes. Yes, I will do that. Another 30 feet.
Yeah. You, run past this, like, fiery electricity water. I don't know how to describe it better than that to you.
Okay.
It looks
It's
like...
sparking and...
It looks like a liquid, which is also producing like a flame with a bunch of electric current running off of it and sparking off of it. When you look inside of it, you can see a different ceiling. That's the best way to describe it. It's like looking in, and then as you're looking into this thing, you can see out of it, and you see a different ceiling. You see a ceiling, first of all, which is weird.
yes, that
but
is
it's not the
weird,
reflection
but
of the
it's-
one above you as you run past.
Okay. All right. That is strange.
End of your turn.
Yes, unfortunately, that's all I can do.
Right.
Except call back.
This is
We're in trouble.
Present Bow.
All right. Oh, it feels good to be back. All right, I'm gonna make my way over to Suna.
Thank you for saying my name right, Bo.
No worries, I got you, boo.
You run past this thing as well, and I think as you run past it, it kind of flails up at you. There's a burst of electricity and fire and flame. It doesn't feel cold or hot or anything. It just there's nothing. And when you look into it, you can see what isn't a reflection. It looks like something else, like a different room entirely through the other side of this thing.
Okay, that's some funky stuff.
Yeah.
I must stay away from that.
This brings us to the aura, which has already been fighting Titan for several minutes. This version of aura came through, and no one was fighting Titan. You guys walked into this room and was attacked by it. And you've been
Okay.
fighting it, and it's kicking the fuck out of you right now, just for the
Is she
reference.
wearing a badass glove?
No, she looks exactly the same as present aura. These guys
It's
are
unfortunate.
future you by about 2 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I'm gonna take my greatsword out.
It's already
or
out.
Probably already out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably already out. I'm gonna take my greatsword.
What happened there?
I'm sorry. I had a thought and then I realized Suna's not that smart, so I can't do it. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, it was just a moment of like if we're coming in here, they know what we're about to do, so they were sort of prepared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Hunter's Mark,
Yes.
and I'm going to take my greatsword, and I'm gonna swing it at Titan and try to inflict damage.
Okay. Give me the attack roll.
Okay. 25.
25 is a
Less
hit.
the new sheet.
Okay. And then I do one extra d6 of damage, correct?
That is correct. Don't mark off a spell from your present person sheet.
Okay.
You bring the greatsword round and strike, and it bites into there's just an enormous, like, 25-foot sand torso in front of you. This thing is kind of like bringing its arm up as if it's going to try and slam its fist down and crush you underneath its just ginormous fist. And you feel the sword bite through into the sand here. It disperses the sand, and you've done this several times already. although it doesn't feel like it's doing anything, it feels like your sword is just like sliding through this thing. But every time you do it, you see this huge form react. It kind of stumbles backwards as if you have done some element of damage to it. But it doesn't, it feels like nothing. It feels like your sword just passes through like water.
Question.
Yeah.
Since she crit, does she roll another d6 or do you just double the d6?
It's done it. That 9 plus the 2 there has already done it. I think it's just base damage you crit on. I don't know if you do full Hunter's Mark again. It's like a thing that I always get confused about. You get to roll extra dice for the attack's damage. Roll all of the attack's damage dice twice. Yeah, so roll me another Hunter's Mark.
So,
or another
I'm
D6.
sorry, how far ahead are these people?
Super far. They're like about 100 and something feet.
No, I mean in time.
Oh, about 2 minutes?
About 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, potentially, we can expect to see ourselves come in and then you do this Hunter's Mark damage again. Maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
So, 9 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 is over 4 million damage because I can't count. Let's see here. So, if I take that and that off of that. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Yes, it did. Okay. Yeah, Aura, you just bring this greatsword round and you hit this thing. A bunch of sand just bursts off of the side of the torso here. It's bringing its fist up and it kind of stumbles backwards. It doesn't like move like its legs are stumbling, but you can see its lower form shift backwards, having to send further sand up to fill its arm again. And then the wound that you've made kind of fills with sand once more. Anything else you want to do?
I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm going to stay there just so he can't take an extra attack on me. But I'm going to yell back. I don't know if this is doing anything.
Sooner. From the future.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. Well, then I will cast Web.
Web.
You chummy will do
let's,
this, yes.
Let's try and figure out how this one works. So, read it to me again.
Yes. I will conjure massive, thick, sticky webbing at a point of my choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. Webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area. If webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, which is what I'm trying to do, I want to anchor it. I want to try to wrap him up between two pillars so he can't move.
Right. Do I have a web? I think I do have a web. Is that a web? That's a web.
It certainly looks like one.
And it's
Holy shit,
a
it really is
20-foot cube.
Yes.
20-foot cube is
That's
ginormous. Is that size? Yes.
Certainly
Okay.
looks like it. I don't want to get Aura in the web,
And you
though.
want to put it like here?
Yes.
All right. Let's put that.
He needs to roll a dexterity saving throw. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me finish reading this.
Okay.
Each creature that starts its turn must then roll a dex save. On a failed save, they are restrained.
Right. So a bunch of webbing
Okay.
just appears like Spider-Man. You see it kind of the area around this creature, Titan, is there's sand like everywhere. Which is sand that he's been flinging around. Even Ellie, who's hidden behind a pillar on the right-hand side, is being attacked. Like she's like hiding from this thing, and every now and then some sand will kind of appear below you and attempt to attack you, and you have to run once again to another place. However, the form of Titan, the main form of him, has remained relatively stable in the center of the room. His shifting movements and things, somewhat like just water, it's all falling off of him, but you see the webbing attached to the more stable torso structure of him, and then also spread out across the ground around him. There isn't any pillars or anything here for you to do the, thing between.
Right.
Yeah, the webbing launches out all around him. Anything else you can move?
Yes, I will actually use a bonus action to cast another spell on myself. Oh no, I can't do that actually. This one's concentration as well, right? The web is? Yes, it is. Never mind. I do not do that, but I will move.
All right.
I will back up here to this pillar.
Okay, yeah, you do
Is that far enough? Hold on, sorry. Let me just fucking ruler this, make sure I didn't screw myself over. Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Right
That
here.
brings us to present Aura. In the hallway, witnessing everything that you're seeing or you've just done happening ahead of you.
Okay. Can I move forward? Like I have to use my 30 feet, don't I?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk here. Man.
You want me to hold a line?
No, yeah, I just act. Well, yeah, it helps. Thank you. I'm just kind of not the smoothest with using some of the tools in Roll20.
Neither am I. I don't know what I'm doing.
Can I mean, honest. Okay. Oops, sorry. Can I use that? The Titan?
Let's see. Protection from evil and good. Okay, so the range is the issue. It's got a range of touch. You have to literally touch the creature that you want to do that. Protection from evil and good. This is something that you'd probably cast on yourself or an ally. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Essentially, a type is if it's a skeleton, it's an undead. If it's a fae, it might be like a sprite or something like that. Depending on what the Titan is, you can cast this on yourself.
Okay.
Or one of the other people here, and then basically it means that the protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against a target. So if it was a skeleton,
That is very good.
it means that it always has disadvantage to hit you. You also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is already charmed, blah, 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 you get advantage to break free of it. So it's a useful spell to have on yourself. And then you determine what you want to not be able to damage you based on the type there.
I feel like I'm going to save that, and it's 130 feet. I'm going to take my longbow out and shoot at the Titan.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Immediate attack roll. 24 is a hit.
Okay.
Good job, Aura.
Ping.
Thank you, Suna.
The bow goes off. An arrow launches straight down the hallway and strikes the sands of Titan. There's a burst of sand. The arrow is lost within this huge form. Future, Aura, Suna, Ellie, and Bo. You don't remember this happening. Everything, all this stuff going on doesn't make any sense. Small things seem to be different from your experience. Although Aura, for the first time maybe now, as you ready yourself for another attack, future Aura, you look down the hallway and you see present Aura, longbow, preparing maybe another arrow, and also the four of you guys rushing up this hallway towards this thing. Not the same experience you guys had against this foe.
Interesting.
This brings us to both of the Ellies, but which one first? Future Ellie. Future Ellie.
Ellie, who is in the corner for some reason.
Hiding. Stealth.
I'm hiding, like always.
You are stealthed up. You have been hit a few times by this thing. You've been hiding around corners, and it still every now and then seems to be able to create and form these pillars of sand that are like almost bursting up out of the ground and hitting you, and you're having to avoid and re-hide and move a lot. But every now and then you are able to hide from it for a certain amount of time. But you've been hit a few times. This version, again, all of you that are future versions of yourself look a little fucked up. Each of you looks like you've taken a couple of hits, but not to the point where you're dying. Future Ellie, what do you want to do?
But question, does it still count as my first move against this guy in combat?
Not for future Ellie, but for present Ellie, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I do best. Oh, I have another question.
Yep.
Sorry. Do my fire arrows, are they like combined to the two, or they like each one has the remaining amount of fire arrows?
You, future Ellie, roll me, how many do you have left?
3.
Roll me a d3.
Okay. I have 1 left.
You got 1 left.
Where the hell did the other one go? Anyway.
There's a little bit of Titan that's on fire. Like his left shoulder seems to be aflame.
I'm gonna aim right for his eye.
Okay.
I need to be a good player, Brad, and tell you that the web is flammable. So if he is on fire, then the web will be catching on fire, and it will, I think, go away in 1 round. However, he will take fire damage.
Okay. Yes.
Would you like me to read that to you, or are you okay?
Nope, I can see it.
Okay.
He has to
think about that.
Yeah, it'll be on his turn.
Alright.
I'll deal with it on his turn. He's got a couple of things I need to deal with on his turn, so I'll lump it in. So you have 1 fire arrow left, future Ellie.
Oh, I didn't plan on using it again if he's already on fire. Just
Okay.
rolling. 12.
12 is a miss. The arrow launches forward. You can see a couple of times he's done this thing where you guys have fired arrows at him, or you've brought weapons down on him. But he sees them coming and he moves with like an unnatural speed, or he seems to form a fist. One of his arms will vanish and it will reform in front of him really quickly and create a sort of shield. He has this giant golden bracer on with a single massive red inlaid ruby in it. You see the sand fall away from his wrist and the arrow, bing, launches off of that. He deflects the arrow and then his arm reforms again in another place as he deflects your shot.
I go back into stealth.
Stealth, and give me the stealth.
Maybe. 25.
Yeah, this is not what child Ellie looks like. You literally do the thing where you step backwards and just the tiniest
Everything
amount of
anime
shadow.
face.
Yeah, it's like super Anna. You just step into a shadow behind this wall and no one can make out where you've gone.
I feel like the blood just running down one side of my cheek, and then that's when it I disappear. Just
Yeah.
like, no.
The present Ellie, everyone else is like running forward. You see Aura launch an arrow. What do you want to do?
Oh, I automatically run forward, obviously. I gotta chase everyone down. They're leaving me back here.
Yeah.
I have a question, though. So this is about 45. I have a question, though. Can I shoot an arrow through the fire at the guy?
You can. Are you
What?
hoping that it will catch fire?
If I use one of my magic arrows, I'm hoping that it'll catch the blue fire and keep going. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I don't think you know whether that will work.
Okay, I don't know whether it'll work.
It would potentially work with like normal fire if this ever happens with normal fire in the future. Whether that happens with this, I don't think you know because it's fucking weird looking fire. Strange magical fire, slightly different to normal fire.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping a magic arrow will keep it. But you know what? I'm gonna try anyway. And if I have disadvantage because of my range, does it cancel out because I have advantage?
So it would just be a normal roll.
Yeah. Well, here it goes. 15.
15 is a hit.
Yay.
You fire one of these flame arrows, yeah?
Yeah.
Through this magical fire. You see that it passes straight through this fire. It doesn't seem to activate the arrow. It doesn't seem to catch it aflame with a blue fire. It doesn't seem to catch it with any sort of electricity or anything like that. The fire and electricity thing, probably at this point between all 4 of you, now that you're this close to it, it should definitely be giving off some sort of heat. You guys have also run like a real close to this thing. Maybe it should have electrified you in some way. It almost looks illusory, like it doesn't really even look real now you're this close to it. However, your arrow launches through the thing flies through and hits Titan. What do we got here? Give me the flame damage as well. No, this is an assassinate for you.
It canceled out.
Oh, you still need the... Well, you do have advantage on the... You don't have advantage, but you have...
Oh, I have the assassinate?
I think so, because you just need... It's
that
purely
again,
for
right?
someone who hasn't gone yet. And as far
Okay.
as present Ellie is concerned, they
She hasn't
haven't,
gone yet.
right?
So is it just like piercing? Do I have to do piercing again?
Let me double check, because I always forget what it does. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat. In addition, any hit you score against a creature is a crit hit. Yeah, so you double up all your damage.
And then the fire damage is a 1d what?
I cannot remember. I think...
Oh, I should look at my sheet. Sorry.
It's on the bio page, I think.
Fire arrows 1d8.
1d8.
Okay. And is that once or twice?
Twice.
Okay.
Also, while we're in here, I added the revolver
Yeah, I
to
saw
your
that.
sheet. It's and just while we're here and looking at it, I'll give you the idea of how it is. It does 3d6 piercing damage, which is is a lot of damage, but it's really hard. You don't have proficiency to use it, so you can't use your proficiency on attack rolls with it. And also, because it's rusty and busted up, you don't get your dex modifier to attack rolls. If you do hit with it, it does 3d6, which is a lot of damage potentially. If that makes sense. The thing is kind of busted up. Maybe if you either fix this one or get a better looking revolver or something, you can add your dex to it. But that's how that works, just so you understand the mechanics of what's going on with that thing. Marwood's rusty revolver. So...
Can I finish my move?
Yeah, you can keep moving. You launched a shit ton of damage at this guy. Yeah. As again, I think future versions of yourselves see this fire arrow launch forward. It hits the form of Titan like dead square in the center of the chest, and you see that ripple of flame ignite across the front of his chest. The fire spreads all over his chest and hits those flammable webs. He's already got like an element of fire to one side of him, as if he's already been hit by one of these things. Future versions of you will suddenly see that fire catch on all of the webbing that Suna put forward, which means the webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in one
keep
round.
in mind it's like a 20-foot cube, so if you're going to say all of it catches fire, then that's a lot of fire damage.
Well, he is in 4 of those cubes.
Okay, so then 4 2d6.
4 2d4.
Oh right, 4
which
2d4.
is 8d4. Yeah? Wait,
Okay.
No.
Yes,
Wait,
no,
hang on. It might not be. 4 2d4s is not 8 2d4s, or is it?
No, 4. Why don't I just roll 4 2d4s?
You can do that if you want. Yeah. We can add them. We're still gonna have to do the math. Because I'm still working out the math from the previous.
That didn't work.
Insane hit.
That was wrong.
Let's see.
It just
Okay.
rolled 4.
And
I'll
then
just do it 4
2.
times.
Right.
Well, that's easy. There we go. We're done.
So I think there's a explosion. like this arrow flies
Okay,
straight
right.
down this hallway from Elliot. She's already running forward. She fires one as she continues to run. It launches forward. As we follow the arrow forward, it hits the center of Titan here and just ignites. It explodes into flame. It ripples out across him, catching all of the webbing around him. He kind of recoils entirely. Like, you see bits of him kind of firing off. You see this burnt sand crystallizing, hardening, and falling away from him. And he shifts and changes in shape to a degree. No noise from him, but he kind of like flails wildly as all this fire washes over him. And then he almost falls into nothing but sand and reforms again in an attempt to put the fires out. And you do 26 fire damage, plus he takes 1 fire damage from being on fire previously, plus another 1 from being on fire this time. Also the fire damage from the other thing, because the fire damage is different. And
I think
then
it also
piercing
technically
damage.
has to roll strength to see if it can get out of here.
Well, if it's oh yeah, because it's still technically there,
Because
right?
it's still technically in it, yeah.
Let me roll for his. He's got a +8 to strength.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a dex. Wait, what?
Is that dex?
It says each creature must make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, it's restrained as long as it remains in the web. A creature already restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check.
Right, I see.
If it succeeds, yes,
so
then it is no longer restrained.
He makes his dex check, I assume, on an 18.
Well, it would be strength check for him, but either way, yeah. Because he's already in it.
He's
already inside.
restrained?
Yep. Already restrained by the webs, can use its action. He has to use his action to try to break free, though. The other one is anybody who's
each
entering
creature that starts
the web.
its turn on the web must make a dex save on a
This
failed
is so
save.
confusing.
No. He makes a dex save. If he fails that, then he needs to make a strength
Then
save.
he can use his action. Okay, wow. All right, then.
So he is not restrained. The webs are like falling
Alright.
off of him. Yeah, he's just fucking falling apart. Future versions of yourselves. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw. All four
Sorry,
of you.
that took so long, everybody. That's a new
that's-
spell to me.
It's cool. This is how it goes, man.
11.
Do we do that with our normal sheets?
Yeah, your stats are the same. You just don't.
I have
don't
Kid
reduce.
Ellie up just in case.
Yeah, no, Kid. You will not need Kid Ellie maybe ever again. We'll see. Let's see here.
Oh.
11, 19, 7, and 23. So Suna and Bo, you fail.
All right.
And take 13 slashing damage.
This is future.
Future Suna.
I will react, please.
Yeah.
Yes, with a shield.
You can't. That is against
All right.
attack rolls.
I did not know what he's doing. All right, then.
Yeah,
Then
it won't work on a dex save.
I think this future Suna goes down then. I can't see what her health is, but
It is 9.
yeah, she goes down.
Okay, so future Suna. But essentially what happens here, he does a move called All of the Sands in Dust Veil. There is an intense vortex of sand that ripples upwards and out from him, and he creates kind of a maelstrom of sand that, or you bring your sword up to kind of shield you from it using the flat side of the blade. You still take half the damage, so you take, rounded down, 6 damage. So future aura goes down to 6 HP because you were already injured. Same for Ellie, takes 6, goes down to 9.
No, I didn't take damage. I succeeded. I got 23.
You're taking half. You still take damage. You just only take half. You avoid like the insane intensity of it. But you still get hit by it because everything here gets hit by it. Basically, it's just whether you get fucked up by it. Bo and Suna though are caught in like the first wave of this. Suna, you just see kind of like how old and frail she is for the first time here, as she is just caught and lifted off of her feet. The robes and the red pulled away from her as she's kind of flipped and thrown to the back of the room by where you are, Bo. Bo, you're also hit by the same kind of wave. You see Suna kind of land in a crumpled heap face down as these sands hit you and push you back as well. You're crushed against the wall here and you slide down the wall. Aura, would you like to...
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep...
Would you
I'm so
like
sorry.
to offer your 4-leaf clover to Titan?
How is my 4-leaf clover looking?
Not the best, not the worst.
Is this something I just instinctually know? Like I should offer him my 4-leaf clover?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, because I'm so hurt now, and I'm almost dead, I'm gonna place my sword down beside me and put my hand up to the Titan
Yep.
and just get down on my knees and grab the 4-leaf clover, put it in my palm, and hold it up to him.
Yeah. The 4-leaf clover kind of melts into your hand. On the back of your hand, you see that symbol that you had seen on the even more future version of yourself appear. A kind of white glow of an hourglass. And
Okay.
From present versions of you guys, you see Aura fade briefly and then shimmer out of the existence here.
Please.
Bo,
I have questions.
you are on the ground,
Peace out.
and you have the same sensation. If you offer Titan your elixir, something's going to happen. What would you do that? Do you think?
Yeah, I guess seeing as Zora offered what Ahi had given her, I guess instinctively do the same thing. I take it out from my pocket and I lift it in hopes that he notices.
Yeah, you see it kind of just vanish into your hand. It falls into your hand and then it's gone. And on the back of your hand, you see that same symbol of a kind of white hourglass, a glow appear on the back of your hand, and you also disappear and vanish from sight here. Ellie,
Hey.
would you like to offer Titan the dagger you got
I
from
see
Ahi?
them and I'm just like, I pull the dagger out and it's so pretty. And I hold it almost like I would be ready to stab someone. But then I flip it around and I hold the handle out to him. Then I get down on my knees as well.
Yeah, the dagger falls into your hand. It looks like it's piercing into your hand, but it does no damage as it falls into your skin, just vanishing, leaving no mark behind other than the symbol of an hourglass appearing on the back. It's on the same hand as your curse mark, but it glows through it, and you, in that moment, vanish too. Suna! Barely holding on to any semblance of life here, do you think you would offer the lamp?
My lamp. And I feel sort of an overwhelming desire to do it, or just this sort of knowledge comes into my mind?
More knowledge. If you offer the lamp as an offering here to Titan, it will.
But then what will we do with the other gates?
You're also about to pass out.
I struggle to reach into my bag. Good luck finding this fucking lamp. And I try to give him the lamp.
Yeah, you do so. The lamp disappears, drawn into your hand. The symbol of an hourglass, glowing white light as you kind of pass out in that moment, and then you also fade from existence. All four of you, 2 minutes from now, have become chronomancers, which is cool. However, present yous still have
no idea, PBs. So don't immediately give up your lamp.
present yous have still a ways to go. The versions of you that are running up the hallway here kind of see something happen. You, Aura, you hold up the. You can see that your version holds forth the clover and it is then gone. You see the room ahead of you. The version of Titan pulls all the sand up towards himself, reforming the area, the flames falling off of him, and he kind of turns now down towards the hallway, seeing all of you guys. And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Mother!
Thank you very much for watching. What an ep. You guys did great. You guys did great there. Both has children and does not children. Thanks so much for watching, people. Thanks so much for playing, players. I hope you had fun as children. I was very curious to see what child versions of you
I
would be
think
like.
we played like 5-year-olds, though. I think.
Oh,
We were
totally.
very
No
young.
one knows what kids are like. It's whatever. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, it didn't matter to me at all how you played it or whatever, because it was just it wasn't real. It was
I feel like we played it
Dreamscape.
exactly how our characters would have been, though. Like,
Oh, definitely.
psychopath.
Definitely.
yeah, you guys. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys had a weird. You're in a weird magical dreamscape situation, so wizards did it and all that.
As a player who's played a lot of traditional D&D, that was really fucking cool. Just having us there a couple minutes early in battle and the kids, and then when it was over, we just finished taking our step. Very good. I liked it. I had fun.
I'm
was
glad you
great.
enjoyed it. I
Loved
thought,
all
was
the
fun.
twists.
I
Also,
thought you did.
chronomancers, what?
Yeah.
Freaking out!
So next week we are going to return to the Inquisition B story. Disby is not going to be here as she is returning to are you from Mars?
Yeah.
The Philippines.
Oh, right, yeah, the Philippines, totally on Mars. Everyone knows that. And so when we're missing a player or whatever, sometimes it won't be when we're missing a player, but when we are, I'm going to sideswipe to the B team and the Inquisition crew, and it will be the first time I think.
Anybody but me, I think.
Yeah, KPP and Pocket's Inquisition characters will make an appearance as you continue on the sort of side quest or the secondary story here as you look into whatever the hell was happening with the weapon and the villainous types that seem to have done some strange things, and the Inquisition are looking into the Arcani, the illegal Arcani. And then in 2 weeks, in theory, we shall return here to the Gate of Time to see what decisions you guys make on your particular path, your fate, your destiny. Maybe everything's gone wibbly wobbly. Remember, that's what Aura said. Future Aura. Now there are 2 future auras. 2-minute future Aura. Much further in sometime in the future Aura.
So what's the real future?
What is the real future? Find out next time on Dragon Blows These. So a quick round of shout-outs, and we'll wrap it up. Let's start with Disby so that people can find out what's going on with you and see you during the week.
Yes, lots more Red Dead 2, and possibly squeeze in Death Stranding if my addiction settles down a little bit. But yes, you can find me here on Twitch at DisbyRx. And yeah, I hope you all had a good time today. I sure did.
You're right. Thanks very much. What about you, KPP?
I'm Katie Peters Plays. I played Aura and Child Aura for you today. I am playing The Long Dark right now on my channel and acting like a child because I'm so excited to be playing it. So come hang out with me over at Katie Peters Plays.
There you go. That is Mixer.
Yep, on Mixer.
Right. What about you, Pocket?
Is it really?
No.
No.
Wow, the disdain in your voice there. What?
What
No,
the
I
fuck are we
didn't know
doing
really.
playing with her on this? Why is she even allowed on this show?
No, I didn't know. I was like, did you really switch over? No, I just didn't know. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. So many people are going over there right now. Anyway, my name's Pocket, and I stream every day but Monday. And I've been working on cosplay, and I'm starting a new surprise cosplay on Monday. And then I might play a little bit of Overwatch. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, there you go. Mixer.com.
That's my current addiction.
Pocket.
I go back in time. I go back to Overwatch when everyone's moving forward and doing like Star Wars and Death Stranding. So
That's what I've been doing. I managed to jump on Star Wars in time, but I've been playing Witcher, and then all these games came out, and it was a terrible idea. I don't know how to do it. What about you, PB?
What am I doing this week? Oh my goodness. I've been playing Lost in Vivo, which is the scariest game in existence. I will die on that hill. The sound design is insane. What else? Oh goodness. I don't know, but come find out because I have no idea. So I will be streaming tomorrow. I just don't know what. That's it.
Okay. There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go. Make sure you
and
follow everyone. Oh,
Reaper Relay starts next Saturday.
next Saturday,
Yes.
brand new show.
Yes.
Starting on
And-
Saturdays.
Dan is GMing. I'm
Domestic
sorry.
Dan
Cameron.
is going to be running his first show for us on Tablestory, and it's Mass Effect, the show, right?
Yes.
It's set in the Mass Effect world, at least.
Yes.
And yeah, so if you want to see that, it's called Reaper Relay. I'll run the ad at the end of this so that you can see who's in it and when it is.
KPP's in it.
Make sure you mark it down. The old Mixer Traitor KPP's in it, and that is next Saturday. Is it at 4?
I think it's later. I think it's at 8 Eastern.
8
p.m.,
Eastern?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's not
yeah.
even a time for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It
even
is.
exist.
8 p.m. Eastern. And I do see
I'll have to stay up.
the system is called Apocalypse Effect. It's obviously fan made. And you do not have to play or have played the Mass Effect games to enjoy the show. It's separate.
There you go. All right, so check out all of our shows during the week. There is a schedule below the stream. And don't forget to mark down Saturday for Reaper Relay. Thanks very much for playing, players. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you next week for probably an Inquisition
Yes.
ep. All
I
right.
get to get my cat ears out.
Yes.
I love her so much.
Furry ep. See you then. Bye.